Is brought to you in part by Hy-Vee, Dakota Beverage, The Boathouse, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General, Triple Time Rudy's, the UPS Store, First Dakota National Bank, Yankton Medical Clinic, FNBO, Avera, Olson's Pest Technicians, Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance, First Chiropractic Centers, Larry's Heating and Cooling, Dole Distributing, Missouri River Associates, Vision Real Estate, Mason Schramm and the Move Group, MT&RC Smith Insurance, and Vision Care Associates. Now we go live to the field for Yankton Baseball on KYNT.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Riverside Field in Yankton, South Dakota. It's Game 2 for Yankton. It's Game 5 of the day in the Lewis and Clark Classic, and that'll be coming up momentarily after the game in front of us right now. The Watertown Arrows post 17 against the West Fargo Aces. This one should be wrapping up shortly. They're right at about the hour 45 time limit, and as of right now, West Fargo does lead 5-3 in the bottom of inning number 5. We hit that hour 45 when Watertown comes to the plate. They would have to tie this game up to keep it going. But I'm Brayden Butler, joined by Josh Boelter. We are live today in your broadcast booth, courtesy of the Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express in Yankton. Get great rates and flexible reservation changes by calling either hotel direct. And Josh, we had a lot of fun this morning in a tight game that Yankton was able to defeat Scotland Minnow, Freeman Canastota, post 152, the 79ers, 6-5 on a walk-off single from Christian Weir. And we should have another great game tonight to end day one of the Lewis and Clark Classic.
Yeah, some late-inning drama, some fireworks there in that first game to kick off what should be an incredible weekend of baseball. Once again, we're waiting here for this one to wrap up here between West Fargo and Watertown. And Yankton, of course, playing West Fargo here in Game 2. But, yeah, no, a fun first game here. The bats were alive for Yankton, putting up 3 in the first inning and then getting a couple there towards the end there to win.
We're scheduled for 6:30 p.m. first pitch here from Riverside Field. I believe they'll give West Fargo 20 minutes at least just to rest between games. The rule book for the Lewis and Clark Classic says that teams get a 10-minute infield only before their first game of the day. I don't know if that applies to the host team because they play in the first and last game of the day. It's like no infield for you. You played 6 hours ago. You don't need to warm up again, but I assume they'll give Yankton some time to warm up as well. So we're shooting for 6:30 on our first pitch. If it's a little later, a little sooner, we'll play it by ear, but we'll have coverage all afternoon, all evening here on KYNT and KYNTV for Yankton Post 12.
You know, and I did see the boys sitting out here taking in this game, obviously, scouting their opponent tonight. They were over in the bleachers down the first base line checking things out. So they're here, they're ready to go, and it should be a good one tonight.
They're here, we're here, and you're here joining us on KYNT and KYNTV. This is your Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee, with a helpful smile in every aisle. We're going to take our first break here from Riverside Field. When we come back, we're going to take a look at Yankton's matchup earlier today with post 152. The 79ers, as Yankton won that one 6-5. We'll also maybe have a final score here between West Fargo and Watertown, as West Fargo has the bases loaded and a 5-3 lead in the bottom of the 5th. We're coming back in a couple minutes here on KYNT, KYNTV.
Looking for the perfect pair of glasses? At Vision Care Associates, we've got you covered. Step into our showroom and discover our vast selection from timeless classics to the latest trends. With several styles to choose from, you're sure to find the perfect match for your look. Experience personalized service and expert care, whether you need help finding the right frame or adjusting your new glasses for the perfect fit.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Talk about convenient. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
Ready to build your next project, but can't get anyone to show up or even give you a quote? Call John Kopp, owner of Kopp Building Innovations. He will show up and he will make sure you are happy with your project. Trust in Kopp Building Innovations. KBI is an authorized WIC builder offering custom solutions. Whether you need a residential garage, an agricultural pole barn, or a commercial building, we will work with you. For more information or to get a quote, visit koppbuildings.com.
Spring is here and the games are just getting started. From baseball season in full swing to NHL and even golf, At the Bar has it all on. Add in local matchups and more, and there's always a game worth watching. With TVs everywhere and a welcoming hometown feel, it's the perfect place to kick back and enjoy the game. So bring your friends, settle in, and be part of the crowd, where every cheer feels a little louder and every moment a little better together. You can watch the game anywhere, but the real fans gather at the bar in downtown Yankton.
Midwest Insurance Agency in Yankton is a proud supporter of the Yankton Bucks and Gazelles. Hi, this is Whitney Devine. If you're looking for protection that fits your life, call me or Travis. We make coverage simple. Whether it's your home, car, or farm, we take time to understand your needs and find the right plan at the right price. You'll get personal service, trusted advice, and peace of mind knowing we're right here in Yankton. Call Midwest Insurance Agency in Yankton today to schedule your appointment.
I love 1919 root beer. It's the best over a big scoop of vanilla ice cream. My favorite is just ice cold 1919 poured over crunchy ice. It's so refreshing. It's the creamiest root beer ever.
1919 root beer is the perfect treat. Brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients. It's the creamiest, full-bodied, alcohol and caffeine-free draft root beer available. It's a taste tradition since, well, 1919.
The Boathouse in Yankton is for everyone. They have axe throwing, sports simulators, skee ball, shuffleboard, beanbags, pool, and darts, plus awesome drinks with lots of cold craft beers, seltzers, wines, and great non-alcoholic options. Try their burgers, pizza burgers, wings, fish, chicken strips, and more. Check out trivia on Tuesdays, free axe throwing tournaments on Wednesdays, and live music on Fridays. Some say it's the most fun you can have on land, so head to the Boathouse, downtown Yankton's fun gathering place for all ages.
Being wiser means peace of mind, especially when it comes to your home's comfort. Today's heating and cooling systems are advanced with technology designed to work smarter. Peace of mind means knowing the company you call understands that technology and has the experience to get it right. For nearly 80 years, Kaiser Heating and Cooling has been trusted with knowledgeable technicians and a commitment to doing the job right. So be the wiser and go with Kaiser Heating and Cooling in Yankton.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Credit union people are my people. Dreaming big, keeping life simple. Saving smart, living free at Explorers Credit Union. You're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall. Together we rise, together we call. Credit union people are my people, it's true. And I found my crew at Explorers CU. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit explorerscu.com to join the journey today.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN TV. I believe this will be the final half inning, Josh, as we are right at that hour 45 time limit. If Watertown's able to tie it up in the top of the sixth, then this game would continue. But right now, West Fargo leads Watertown post 17, 7-3 in their matchup here. But an infield single has got the arrows on the base paths to start things off. But taking a look at Yankton as we're getting prepared for their matchup with West Fargo. They played in the first game of the day, did Yankton post 12. It was a hard-fought win, 6-5 your final score, and very much a case, Josh, where it feels like that's kind of how baseball goes. They doubled up Scotland, Minnow, Freeman, Canastota on hits in their game. 8 hits for Yankton, only 3 hits for the 79ers. 5 combined errors between the two teams, but at the end of the day, it was a one-run ball game, and they needed Christian Weir to walk it off in the 7th.
Yeah, like we said, some late-inning drama there, but overall a quality game for Yankton, especially with the bats. You look at a guy like a Carter Boomsma who had 3 hits, 2 on butt singles. Sam Goki had a couple of hits as well, a triple and a double, so a good day for him. As that one gets down at center field if you're watching there. But, yeah, so either way, it's one of those Yankton maybe obviously didn't fully end the way they wanted to, but still got an exciting win here. And at the end of the day, they don't ask how, they ask how many in a tournament like this or a classic like this.
Now, the one thing there is run differential could play a factor in an inevitable tiebreaker, so Yankton most likely would have liked to win that by a couple more runs, especially when they had, I believe it was a 3-run lead going into the final inning, or it was just a 2-run lead heading into the final inning. It was 5-3 your score, and obviously it ends up being just a 1-run game, and every run might matter in this classic. And taking a look at the Lewis and Clark Classic, the bracket for this classic, it's one of 4 pools. As I was trying to open the bracket on my laptop over here, Josh, and a YouTube recommended video popped up. I love Kenny Beecham, but we don't need a king of the fourth quarter doing a 2K rebuild right now. We're trying to look at the Lewis and Clark Classic bracket. As so far today, here are your scores in the Yankton pool. Yankton won Game 1 6-5 over Scotland Minnow Freeman Canastota. The 79ers then dropped their second game of the day to Blair out of Nebraska 6-4. Watertown then defeated Blair 9-5. And as of right now, West Fargo owns a 7-3 lead over Watertown post 17 here in the top of inning number 6. Presumably the last inning, as we are right around that hour 45 time limit. In the other pools for this Lewis and Clark Classic, Sioux Falls West is 2-0 in the Vermilion pool. They defeated Vermilion in the opening game of the day 9-1, and then they topped Del Rapids 10-1 in Game 2. Game 3 of the day in Vermilion, West Central defeated Del Rapids 6-5. 2 games still yet to be played. J.C. Brager against West Central. No final score of that updated yet. And Vermilion against J.C. Brager in the final game of the day. In the Crofton pool, no team has more than 1 win so far. Tabor defeated Crofton in the opening game 12-0. And then Mitchell defeated Tabor 6-4 in Game 2. And then Madison took one over Mitchell 10-1. Madison now plays Sioux Falls East before East ends the day against Crofton in the final game of the Crofton pool for day 1. Similar situation in the Hardington pool. No team has won 2 games so far. Hardington topped Dakota Valley 4-2 in Game 1. Dakota Valley then beat Renner 9-8 in Game 2. Then Parkston defeated Renner 5-2. Parkston and Seward is currently taking place in Hardington, with Hardington against Seward set to end the day in the Lewis and Clark Classic. That's your breakdown of the Lewis and Clark Classic. We'll call that your standings review today, courtesy of Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance. Contact your local insurance agent, Rhonda Westland, to ensure you have the best coverage at the best price for your home, auto, or life insurance. All right, that was a lot of games all at once, Josh. Gotta love the Lewis and Clark Classic. It's a full deck of teams this year, 20 teams competing across 4 pools.
And admittedly, I think I processed half of them, as there was a pretty awesome double play here on the field in this West Fargo Watertown game. And I think that should do it for this one. I think, as the 2 teams are getting ready to meet. So we'll probably get started here, I'm guessing, somewhere in the next 20 to 30 minutes here, give or take, depending on how much time they give everyone to get ready and warmed up. And obviously, West Fargo maybe need a little bit of break. And Yankton, who hasn't played since this morning, get some reps in as well.
I believe the word around the water cooler here at the Lewis and Clark Classic is a game will not start earlier than the scheduled time, so the absolute earliest is 6:30. But like you said, probably closer to 20 to 30 minutes. I'm guessing that 6:40, 6:45 range is where we'll see these teams take the field for game number 5 of the day here in the Yankton pool. West Central defeats Watertown 7-3, so now every team so far today has 1 win. Either Yankton or West Fargo will enter day 2 in the catbird seat. The winner of this game will be the pool leader heading into the final day of pool play. And then, of course, Championship Sunday takes place right here at Riverside Field as well. Should be a lot of fun rounding out the Lewis and Clark Classic for day number 1. But we're going to go to break here on KYNT and KYN TV. Come back in a couple minutes here on your Hy-Vee pregame show. Keep things rolling from Riverside Field.
There's a difference when a convenience store is locally owned, and you feel it the moment you stop at Triple Time Rudy's. You'll get great quality fuel to keep you on the move, plus local and regional favorites like Dimmick Cheese, and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. It's the kind of place that's convenient and connected to your community. Conveniently located at 17th and Broadway, Triple Time Rudy's, fueling your day, fueling your community.
A local business owner came into the UPS store with a large shipment of products for his online store. While they packed everything securely, he asked if they could also handle the international shipping. The answer? Of course they can. For over 9 years, the UPS store in Yankton has been helping business owners with both their printing and shipping needs. Whether you're sending a package across town or across the globe, they've got you covered. So stop by the UPS store in Yankton and ask about them about their shipping services or current print specials.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Life doesn't slow down for injuries, and neither should your care. With Yankton Medical Clinic Orthopedic Walk-In Care, you can be seen quickly, Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. No referrals, no long waits, just experienced, highly trained surgeons ready to help you heal and get back to what you love. And because we live right here in Yankton, your care stays close to home. I'm Dr. Jeremy Kudera, orthopedic surgeon with Yankton Medical Clinic. I'm proud to call Yankton home. We're your orthopedic team, and we're here for you.
Buying your first home? That's a big moment. A happy, feel-good, when's the housewarming party moment. When you're ready to look for a home, start with a local FNBO mortgage lender. We're here to answer questions, personalize the experience, and share our expertise so you can focus on your search. Start your application and get pre-qualified now at fnbo.com. Your mortgage moment is just around the corner, and FNBO will be there every step. Visit our nearest branch or go to fnbo.com. FNBO is an equal housing lender.
In Yankton, community means everything, and at Wilson Trailer, it's the heart of what they do. They're more than manufacturers, they're your neighbors. From sponsoring the Bucks and Gazelles to supporting the next generation of farmers and builders, they're proud to give back to the place they call home. For over a century, Wilson Trailer has stood strong, steady, and rooted in community. Because when Yankton thrives, we all move forward. Wilson Trailer in Yankton. Learn more at wilsontrailer.com.
Are you on track to retire? I'm Adam Boelter, a certified financial planner with Vantage Financial, born and raised in Yankton, South Dakota. My team and I pride ourselves on building trust through clear, honest advice tailored to your unique goals. From retirement planning to smart tax strategies, we'll create a personalized plan to help you feel confident and secure about your financial future. Visit vfplanning.com or search Adam Boelter, Vantage Financial, to schedule a 15-minute call today.
Vantage Financial Partners is a registered investment advisor. SEC registration does not constitute an endorsement of Vantage by the SEC, nor does it indicate that Vantage has attained a particular level of skill or ability.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
Welcome back in here on KYNT and KYNT. This is your KYNT and KYNTV. So nice you had to say it twice there, Josh.
Yes.
But it's your Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee, there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Let's go to your stats in focus, courtesy of Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first. Located at 2701 Fox Run Parkway in Yankton. You can also give them a call at 665-2020. Dr. Fiza was just in here talking to us. So funny how that all comes together. Perfect timing.
Yeah, hanging out. We were just talking ball and talking AC in here and whatnot, but always good to see him.
Very thankful for whoever made the decision to put air conditioners in these. There's 3 ACs on the wall here in the press box. I never had to call a game pre-AC. Heard it was really rough sometimes, especially in the heat of the summer. So when it's upper 80s right now in the Yankton area? I haven't even checked the weather.
Yeah, tomorrow and Sunday are gonna be even warmer.
Well, I have the morning game tomorrow,
yes.
so I'll be good. And then it's you and Tell tomorrow night.
Yes, it is. We'll be hanging out against Watertown tomorrow night, a rematch of the Class A state semifinals from the high school season. You know, maybe revenge game. Yankton?
Revenge game. You know, you could put all these extra nomenclatures on it, but it should be a lot of. I gotta stop saying it should be a lot of fun. That's been my go-to all day. It's because baseball's so much fun.
Maybe it is. I was gonna say, what if it is a lot of fun?
Who doesn't love baseball? Yeah. Not obviously. If you're watching, you love baseball.
I assume Royals fans right now. Anybody else? Mets fans?
As a Cubs fan,
yeah, I saw that score today.
We've lost 13 of our last 17. I have not seen the score today. Don't tell me what the Giants did.
You don't want to look. It was really bad.
Oh,
I looked and I said 13-0.
Oh no.
And that was in like the 5th inning.
Oh,
so.
it's over. It's so over. Maybe if all of our pitchers weren't made out of paper mache
It was
and Jamison Tyone.
Cabrera today, too.
Yeah, it's his first game back from injury.
Tough game. It'll be fine.
We got to wrap our pitchers in bubble wrap, dude. And then we also got to stop employing Jamison Tyone.
Here's the good news. You did score a couple more runs.
Made it respectable.
They also scored a few more runs.
This was like 16-3.
18-3.
I was close. Gave him too much. Didn't give him enough credit for the Giants. But your stats in focus, courtesy of Vision Care Associates. We're looking at Game 1 today. I know we already mentioned the final score from Game 1, but your final stats from that game. Sam Goki and Carter Boomsma really powered the offense. They combined for 5 of Yankton's 8 hits. Boomsma went 3 for 3 with a run scored and RBI. Sam Goki 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, an RBI, a double, and a triple. Goki had 5 total bases. Boomsma had 3 total bases and 4 steals for Carter Boomsma in that first game. Those two were the guys in competition for your offensive player of the game all throughout. Also picking up a hit in Game 1, Easton Feezer, Christian Weir, obviously, with the walk-off RBI single, and Caden Hunoff also picking up a hit in the opening game for Yankton. Ryan Turner got the start on the mound through 66 pitches, 37 of them for strikes, through 4 innings, 1 hit, 3 runs, only 1 earned, 3 strikeouts to 3 walks. Tate Bestie came in, pitched the final 3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 2 earned, or 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 strikeouts to 1 walk. Bestie was credited with the win. Those were the final stats from game number 1 for Yankton.
Yeah, a lot happening there, obviously, Brayden. The offense looked good. They had their moments, a couple bursts of runs there, especially in that first inning after giving up that run. In the top of the first, they would go out and put up a 3 spot, and you talked about it, Carter Boomsma with a big hit, Sam Goki with that triple over into right field. And then, of course, you get to the end there, you add a couple insurance, some things don't go your way in the 7th. Then all of a sudden you come up with Christian Weir, get that walk-off hit, and go ahead into tonight. Kind of in the driver's seat along with this West Fargo team we'll see here in a couple minutes, both sitting at 1-0 and both having the chance to kind of get the early advantage heading into Saturday's games.
One of these teams will end day 1 at the top of the Yankton pool with a 2-0 record, and one of these teams will be tied with basically everybody else in the pool at 1-1. So it should be interesting to see who comes out on top tonight and who carries that momentum into day number 2. Looking ahead to the second day for Yankton, their 2 games tomorrow. They play Blair in Game 1. And then they'll end the day, obviously, against Watertown, like we've been talking about in Game 5 of Day 2. West Fargo will play 2 games tomorrow as well. They'll take on Blair, as well as Scotland, Menno, Freeman at Canastota, and that'll round out pool play tomorrow for the Yankton pool. As of right now, it looks like one of these teams could be the one to go on to Championship Sunday, but there's still a lot of baseball to be played.
Right, a lot of baseball to be played. What I'm curious to see in this game, Brayden, is which team has the advantage in the sense of one team, they played right away this morning and then it kind of sat around all day, and then another that just finished about 10 minutes ago. So I'm curious to see if that plays a factor either way and who has advantage in that, one who's well rested and another who obviously has been going for the last hour and a half, 2 hours or so. So excited to see that and where this game plays out.
Judging by where the 2 teams are in their current pregame routines, I'd assume we're still about 10 to 15 minutes out from first pitch here, so that puts us right around 6:35, 6:40. I'd say 6:45 is the latest. We've been running about 15 minutes behind the schedule most of the day because Yankton's game did go over the hour 45 mark in game number 1 because we were tied in the 7th. But outside of that, everything's been pretty close to form so far. But should have your pitch, hopefully, first pitch, in hopefully the next 10 to 15 minutes. While talking about stats in focus from Vision Care Associates, real quick, talk about the starter on the mound for the for Yankton Post 12, as Chase Cooley is going to get his first start of the Legion season. Looking back at the high school season for Cooley, he threw 24 2/3 innings over 7 games. 5 of those starts held a 3-1 record, gave up 12 runs, 8 of them earned, had 27 strikeouts to 10 walks, a 2.27 ERA with a 1.095 whip, batting average against of 195 for Cooley. And he had the 4th most innings pitched of any starter in the rotation for Yankton in the high school season. So by that count, actually he was tied with Boston Frick for 3rd. So by that count, your 3-4 guys in the lineup in terms of most innings pitched are Boston Frick and Chase Cooley. You got a pretty good pitching rotation.
Absolutely, and it's one I'm excited to see Chase Cooley pitch here this evening. I about said afternoon, but with the daylight, I guess it technically still is. But yeah, excited to see him pitch. Got some really good strikeout stuff, and he's going to be facing a dynamic lineup. We saw West Fargo in this last game against Watertown down 3-2, and you're thinking, okay, can Watertown pull this off? And all of a sudden, just bam, like that, 4 or 5 runs in a row there, and West Fargo managed to rally and kind of put that game away real fast. So a fun challenge for him, but I think a pitcher who's up to it and excited to see him go here in just a few minutes.
And the story of getting West Fargo to this tournament is a pretty interesting one. Coach Drew Lawrence talked about it in the post game of game number 1. It's a team that they kind of made a connection with the Central Plains Regional last year, with Yankton making the trip up there after the Legion State tournament. And, getting connections with the coaching staff up there. They wanted to come down here for the Lewis and Clark Classic. And it's nice. I think they are the farthest traveling team coming from West Fargo here to the Lewis and Clark Classic. So should be a good matchup tonight. And, no bus lag for them, it looked like, in game number 1 with how they were able to swing the bat. So we'll see what they got in game 2 of their day.
Yeah, a fun group. I was going to say the only thing I think I don't like about them is that they're wearing Miami Hurricanes colors. As an Oscar fan, that's a no-go. But they seem like a pretty fun group, and like you said, these two programs seem to connect last year, and it's fun that they could make the trip down here to play this tournament.
Going to go to break here on your Hy-Vee pregame show. When we come back in 3 minutes, we're talking keys to the game and your key player from Riverside Field. For Josh Boelter, I'm Brayden Butler. We're back in 3 minutes from Riverside.
In nearly every family's lineage, there's a tie to agriculture. It's a legacy reflected in how we raise our kids, help our neighbors, and respect what we have. Farmers Union Insurance was built on that legacy. And while our roots are in agriculture, our protection has grown to include home, auto, business, health, and life. Protect your legacy. Farmers Union Insurance.
Have a craving for wings? Or delicious burgers or Pivo fries? Come sink your teeth into the mouth-watering burgers and wings at Checkers Sports Bar and Grill in Yankton. With a menu that's flavor frenzy, there's something for every fan. Grab your friends, bring your family, and head down to Checkers. Checkers Sports Bar and Grill is Yankton's favorite spot for food, friends, and sports. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Your game days belong at Checkers.
Need custom clothing for your team, fundraiser, business, or event? Let JJ Benji's make it easy. Forget about taking orders, collecting money, and handing out shirts yourself. JJ Benji's handles everything for you. They create a custom online store with the merchandise you want to offer. Items are ordered and paid for online, and JJ Benji's ships the items directly to them. All you have to do is share the link or QR code. That's it. Contact JJ Benji's in Yankton to learn more about it.
I'm Colby Cookta, one of your Yankton Edward Jones financial advisors. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why I'm a proud sponsor of the Yankton Bucks and Gazelles on KYNT.
Call 605-653-4860 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
I'm Colby Cookta, financial advisor Edward Jones Yankton, member SIPC.
At Mount Marty University, students get real support and real opportunities.
Hi, I'm Maya, and I'm a business major at Mount Marty University. The professors here at Mount Marty are just amazing. They're very good about supporting me through future internships and jobs that they try and line me up with, and they also provide real life experiences in the classroom through projects and speakers and things like that.
Start your journey online at mountmarty.edu.
Did you ever hear that termites only swarm to feed and mate during the springtime? Well, that's just a myth. Here's the fact. While they do swarm to mate in the spring, termites eat wood 24/7 year-round. In fact, termites cause an average of $5 billion in property damage every year, and that's no myth. A pest professional is your best defense against the devastation rodents, termites, roaches, and ants can cause to your home and family.
Olson Pest Technicians, 1-800-KIL-BUGS.
Welcome back here on your Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee, there's a helpful smile in every aisle. It's time to talk keys. We'll start with your keys to victory for the Yankton Post 12, courtesy of Vision Real Estate, where their focus is always on you. Visit igotvision.com. 3 keys today. First and foremost, you got to clean up a couple of those mistakes we saw in game number 1, Josh. 2 errors and a couple times on the base paths where Yankton just got caught out being a little too aggressive, which feeds into our second point today of cleaning up on the base paths as well. That aggressive base running worked to Yankton's favor. We saw 4 steals from Carter Boomsma and a couple steals as well from, I believe, was it Brayden Gilmore got him in the first game? I can't remember now off the top of my head, but I saw 6 steals as a team in game 1. You got to keep that up, but also don't want to get too aggressive and force the mistakes we saw in game 1. And third thirdly, got to dial back in. You've had about 7 hours off, give or take, since your last game of the day. So it's rest over rust. I wonder if any of these guys did what I did after game one and went home and took a little nap that was supposed to be an hour long, turned it to 2.5. Glad everything still worked out okay getting here on time, but, things happen like that.
And it's one of those, I look at it, you talk about cleanup mistakes. Obviously, there are a couple errors defensively. Things will happen there. Base running-wise, it's kind of like, as a Lions fan, I'll say this, it's kind of like watching the Lions go for it on fourth down. It's something that's frustrating sometimes, but it's how this team gets it done, and they're going to want to steal bases and be aggressive, and obviously sometimes it'll work and sometimes it won't, so we'll see if they can continue to adjust to that throughout the day. Oh, I'm getting a signal. No, that's right.
Stop talking about the Lions.
He's a Vikings fan, right? Do I remember it? Yeah. Yes, there we go. No, he's doing the skull.
Got a skull chant from the press
no.
box. Oh, man. Someday you guys will grow up and root for real teams like the Cowboys.
Yes. Hey, it's better.
It's we're winning it all. I'm kidding.
Don't you know?
I'm kidding.
Don't you know?
We're winning the East, though.
Let the record show, this is the same man who looked at me about a month ago and said, dude, I've already got, World Series reservations. And then, 10 minutes ago, I was like, dude, it's so over. Life of a baseball fan.
We've lost 14 of our last 18 games, Josh.
Hey, but last night was fun. In the ninth.
It wasn't for a long time. Oh, boy. But, yeah, those keys of the game as we try to get back on topic here, that's what Yankton – that's what we talk about a lot. They kind of need to keep track of between the base running and the base running and just keeping clean on defense out here. So that's something for to keep track of again today. And as we take a moment to look at your key player of the game as well, courtesy of Missouri River Associates. Missouri River Associates, their office is local. They know your name, and your home, auto, and family are important to them. Sam Goki is going to be our key player today. Looking back at his high school season numbers, obviously earlier today went 2 for 3, a triple, a double, and a couple RBIs for him. Looking at his high school numbers across the board, a .486 batting average, a 1.229 OPS, 36 hits, 2 triples, and 23 runs scored. He was exceptional in the spring season.
Yeah, absolutely. It had a good game earlier today, too. Looking at it here, a double and a triple in that game. And then, like you said, the numbers, you can see them on the graphic here on KYN TV. He hit 486 people. That's not natural. They're a really good player, and looking forward to seeing him out there today and what he can do and make things happen. Looked like he might. I'd have to look at that lineup again. Might be getting the start at first base here in this game against West Fargo. Pulling that up.
He is getting
that is correct. Yeah, over at first base will be Feaser and Wright. Sometimes I don't fully process the starting lineup until I'm reading it and giving the starting lineup. So sometimes it takes me a minute. But yeah, over at first base today. So yeah, obviously he's so vital what this Yankton team wants to do in every facet of the game.
Yeah, it should be a good game tonight. He could play just about anywhere on the field. And you remember the video of the lady on the plane crying? Just go, that guy is not real. Fun fact, she was talking about Sam Goki and his baseball numbers. But,
and she got a deal with Barstool and all that stuff. Not to get sidetracked. She made a whole career out of that.
She made a whole career out of saying that guy's not real on an airplane.
See, it just goes to show. All you need is 10 seconds.
10 seconds of fame, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you say a certain thing on a street interview. I'm not going to say what a lady said. And you can create a podcast and then create a digital coin and then do a rug pull and make a bunch of money. And that's the story.
Not anything else. We're going to leave it. We're going to leave it there. She didn't do anything else. We're just going to stop there.
We're going to go to break before I say something that gets me fired. You're listening to KYNT and KYN TV, 102.1 FM, AM 1450. This is your High V pregame show. We're going to take a break. Come back in a couple minutes. We'll have your starting lineups from Riverside Field.
If you've been suffering from chronic pain or a recent injury, check us out, Lane, Reed, and Cole Sawatsky at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab.
We offer a wide variety of treatments and techniques, including dry needling, cupping, chiropractic adjustments, and sports rehabilitation.
Our mission is to ensure an individualized and efficient treatment plan to get you back on your feet.
From ankle sprains and sports injuries to neck pain and headaches, we've got your back.
Give us a call or book an appointment on our website. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy.
Located on Summit Street across from the high school.
Do you struggle with dry contacts? At Vision Care Associates, we have a great option. Infused contact lenses by Bosch & Lomb. Infused lenses are designed to ensure that your eyes stay hydrated and irritation-free, even after a full day of wear. Our doctors specialize in fitting these lenses for maximum comfort and optimal vision. Schedule your consultation and experience the all-day comfort and crisp, clear vision you deserve.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first. H&H Roofing, we don't just fix roofs, we protect families. We're family-owned, locally operated, and dedicated to keeping our community safe and dry. Every nail, every shingle, every handshake, it all matters to us. From repairs to full roof replacements, we treat every home like it's our own. Because when your home is secure, we feel secure. For honest work and dependable results, trust the local team that cares. Call H&H Roofing in Yankton today. We've got you covered.
The Sherco exclusive SureLink wireless remote system features the most advanced industrial Bluetooth technology and best-in-class express operation. Operate any Sherco electric product with the SureLink Pro and EZR remotes, or with your smartphone using the SureLink app. To learn more, contact your authorized Sherco distributor or find us at Sherco.com. Demand the best. Demand Sherco.
When you make the right decision, it feels good. Like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision too. That's why State Farm agent Rhonda Westland is right here in Yankton to help you select the right protection at the right price. Rhonda will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. With State Farm agent Rhonda Westland, it's easy to make the right choice. Just call her. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
It's easy to fall into the weekend warrior routine. A long hike, a hard gym session, a pickup game, or a full day of yard work can feel productive until your body reminds you it hasn't been building up to that load. This is Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. Injuries often happen when the demand suddenly outpaces what your joints and muscles are prepared for. Want to stay active without the setbacks? Visit First Chiropractic Centers today with offices in Yankton, Hardington, Tyndall, and Wagner, inspiring and empowering others to healthier living.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN TV. It's time for your starting lineups here on the broadcast, courtesy of First Chiropractic Centers, making life better one adjustment at a time. I know this is usually your gig, Josh, but with you taking over play-by-play in game number 2, I think I'll take it here.
Whoa.
If that's okay.
That's okay.
All right.
I'll pass it down.
Here's how they will line up. Yankton will be in the field to start things, so here's how they will play out in the field. Starting in left field will be number 3, Brennan Gilmore. Center field, number 25, Tate Bestie. Right field, number 5, Easton Feeser. Your third baseman for game number 2 will be Simon Kampshoff. He'll wear number 10. Shortstop today, Beck Reichen, number 2. Second base, number 4, Jackson Kudera. And over at first base, number 11, Sam Goki. Your battery today sees Chase Cooley on the mound and Gavin Johnson back home behind the plate. Designated hitter, number 12, Liam Villanueva. Your substitutes today for Yankton baseball, Carter Boomsma, Christian Weir, Boston Frick, Caden Hunoff, and Ryan Turner, all available on the bench. As for West Fargo, this is how they will come to the plate to lead things off in the top of the first. Batting first, playing center field, number 5, Tate Braunagel. Batting second, the designated hitter, number 7, Mason Wickham. Batting third, the third baseman, number 3, Oliver Lashowski. Batting fourth, the cleanup man, and playing first base, number 12, Max Baer. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 1, Jack Boehm. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 4, Isaiah Lies. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 11, Levi Loseth. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 15, James Medbury. And rounding out the order, playing second base, number 2, Chase Clemenson. Your pitcher today for West Fargo, number 6, Kalen Kliniski. Your starting lineup for West Fargo, the aces of West Fargo. Your substitutes today, number 8, Holt Thomas, number 10, Luke Woodrow, number 14, Trayton Bartles, and number 22, Callan Olson. They don't have a number next to Dawson Gross's name, but he is on the substitute list as well. So if it's a number we don't recognize, I assume it's him.
There we go. Odds are like in there. But, yeah, going to be fun to see what Yankton does here. They're going with a lineup that we saw in Game 1, very similar to the Brandon Valley doubleheader earlier this week, where you'll see specifically in the field, looking at Sam Goki over at first, Easton Feeser in right. No Jackson Kudera like you usually see, but Brennan Gilmore getting the start at both games over at second base here today.
No, Brennan's going to be in left field.
Oh,
it's Jackson.
Jackson.
Yeah,
so
okay.
That's
they're moving more guys around. You're not ready for that.
Like I said, sometimes I don't fully process that until I fully look at the lineup.
As you might be able to see on KYN TV right now at home plate, Obviously, for the Lewis and Clark Classic, they also serve this classic in recent years has been done in memory of Kyle Mueller. For those who are unaware, on January 3rd of 2029, local baseball area lost a great friend in a tragic auto accident, and Kyle Mueller, a former Yankton, Legion, and Crofton amateur baseball player. Prior to Kyle's death, he had started umpiring as a way to stay involved with the game and give back to the youth. If not for his passing, Kyle most likely would have been umpiring a tournament this weekend. Kyle left behind his wife, Lakin, and their 4 children, Reed, Rhett, Riggs, and Reese. The Mueller family is a baseball family. Kyle's brother, cousins, uncles, and father have all been involved in the area baseball scene, playing, coaching, and umpiring. And currently, Kyle's younger brother, Peyton, coaches and umpires for the Yankton Baseball Association and serves on their board. Goal of this tournament is to remember and honor Kyle as a person and a baseball player. Donations raised will go to a Kyle Mueller scholarship, which is awarded to a senior YBA player who mirrors who Kyle was on and off the field. And this year, Josh, that scholarship's actually going to 2 different players, as they just announced the first one, and a big hug for him there at home plate. Carter Boomsma, one of 2 recipients of the Kyle Mueller scholarship. Obviously, members of Kyle Mueller's family down there at home plate right now. Congratulations to Carter Boomsma earning a bit of the scholarship for this the Kyle Mueller Memorial Scholarship, and it's always nice to get a chance to honor him during the Lewis and Clark Classic here.
Yeah, and obviously you can tell, how much this means to this family and to the players too. You can see look on Carter Boomsma's face going down there and, to chat with the Mueller family, whatnot. And, as they announce the second player here, we'll let you get into that. But, yeah, obviously this means a lot to a lot of people.
Well, he's been announced for a lot of different awards, but this one probably means a little more, Josh. It's Sam Goki getting a Kyle Mueller scholarship as well today. Him and Carter Boomsma, the 2 seniors for Post-12, honored today here at the Lewis and Clark Classic. Obviously, still to this day, I know it's been since 2019 now, but still, thoughts with Kyle Mueller's family. I know that loss never fully goes away. So big thank you to them and everything this tournament now represents as well. Not just the Lewis and Clark Classic, but also remembering a great local baseball guy and Kyle Mueller.
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, unfortunately, before my time here, didn't get to meet him or know him, but, it's one of those where you can tell, once again, when someone means a lot to a team and a family and a community, and you can clearly see that impact here.
Looks like they're going to have the coaches meet at home plate, talk to the umpires, and I was told as soon as this meeting is done, we got first pitch. So we're going to take a break, but it's going to be a quick one. We're going to take 90 seconds away when we come back. It's your first pitch, courtesy of the Boathouse. And also, since they're down at home plate right now, your umpires of the game are brought to you by the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General. They are the law on the diamond. I do recognize Steve Creer as one of the umpires. I do not recognize the other one by name. So we have one half of your umpire crew today, but they should do a great job, as always, here at Riverside Field. We're going to take a break, come back in 90 seconds, and have first pitch from Riverside. This is Yankton Post-12 Legion Baseball, KYNT, KYN-TV.
Clean, inspect, test, repeat. That sums up a Comfort Care Club membership at Larry's Heating and Cooling. In the spring and fall, Larry's will come to your home to clean, inspect, and test your heating or cooling system. And also, as a member of Larry's Comfort Care Club, you get discounts on parts and labor, priority service scheduling, and no overtime charges. Clean, inspect, and test. Repeat. The Comfort Care Club from Larry's Heating and Cooling, Yankton and Vermilion.
Are you tired of sugary sports drinks that make you crash faster than your team's playoff hopes? Strike out thirst like a champ with Liquid Death. It's 100% mountain water, no sugar, no weird colors, no fake flavors, just pure hydration that's cooler than your walk-up song. Perfect for dugouts, doubleheaders, and post-game victory laps. Because swinging for the fences is easier when you're not running on fruit punch and regrets. Whether you're playing, practicing, or just pretending to stretch, grab a Liquid Death and crush your thirst with style.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, they believe you should understand your dental health, not just receive it. They'll show you your x-rays and photos, explain the why behind any treatment, and make sure you feel confident about your care. And if you have dental insurance, it's a good time to use it. New patient exams and x-rays are often covered at 100%. Learn more at elwoodfamilydentalcare.com, where they take care of the entire family.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Chase Cooley on the mound for game number 2 for Yankton, game number 5 of the day here in the Lewis and Clark Classic. And, it's the longest break between games we've had all year, Josh, but as always, hand you the reins for game number 2.
Whoa, that chills.
Chills. Literal chills.
Literal chills. Yeah, excited here. Like I said earlier today, I'm a Lewis and Clark Classic rookie, so this is a lot of fun to be out here today and call a game between two good teams representing the Dakotas here this evening, and should be a lot of fun from Riverside Field. Once again, Chase Cooley on the bump here, Brayden, in Game 2 for Yankton, and we'll see if they can take the advantage with both these teams 1-0 on the day. Once again, Yankton winning earlier today against the 79ers 6-5, and then, of course, West Fargo defeating Watertown just a few moments ago 7-3.
If you want I'll give you an update here after this first pitch as it's strike one, but if you want an update on each team's record through the first 4 games of the day, West Fargo obviously 1-0, as is Yankton. Blair and Watertown both 1-1, and Scotland Minnow, Freeman, Canastota 0-2.
Yeah, so obviously, we talked about it. Whoever wins this one, probably in the driver's seat going into Game 2, so a big, important game here. We'll see who can take the advantage. Cooley starts with I believe a 1-1 count. I think that one was high. Scoreboard says 0-2, but that one's driven out to left. And getting underneath it for the catch is Brennan Gilmore. We talked about it, not usually out there in left field, but getting the start out there today for post 12 in place of Carter Boomsma.
Peek behind the curtain, Josh. We're switching things up. Obviously, you'll be running the show more tomorrow night, so we're switching things over. I'm on the scoreboard right now, and you're on the graphics and everything, opposite of what we usually do. And through the first 2 pitches for Chase Cooley, I completely forgot that I was on the scoreboard. I was just sitting here watching. And enjoying my time. Wow, this is easy over here.
This is nice.
I got a job.
Well, and that's the thing. So I'm not the graphics is actually not the part that I'm close to forgetting. It's the switching the camera part. I realized that about halfway through the swing there. I'm like, I'm gonna have to switch this over. But as we're sitting here, Cooley throws a couple balls up at the plate. By the way, is Mason Wickham. Here getting the start at DH today, the 2-hitter. He sends this one over to short on the hop. Throw in time from Riken to Goki to record out number 2 here in the first inning. So Chase Cooley, Brayden, getting a couple outs via the fly ball and the ground out so far, and looking good.
Averaging 3 pitches per batter through his first 2 guys faced as well. So trying to keep it under 10 here through the first inning.
We should mention, this is something that's kind of fun here. Some Yankton ties on this West Fargo team is coming to the plate is Oliver Lashovsky. Dave Benson, the coach for West Fargo, Yankton guy, coached hockey here in Yankton for a while, so a lot of ties here to the River City with this West Fargo team.
And Lashovsky on as that's a ground ball over to third base, picked up by Simon Kamshoff in time, but an error at first. But Lashovsky plays for the West Fargo hockey team, and that's Dave Benson is their coach for hockey. So obviously, like you said, used to coach here in Yankton. So nice tie. Thank you to Dave Spencer for sending us that over here.
Yeah, he's listening. He did we were talking Lions earlier. Send go Lions. So shout out Dave Spencer. But so some ties here. A lot of hockey ties in this team as well for West Fargo, and a hockey town that's growing here in Yankton. Once again, their first championship appearance this last season, and came up short, but an incredible season, and still placed second is Max Bears at the plate here. That one is in for a strike. Catches the upper inside corner of the plate there. And let me tell you, once again, running the camera switching spot today, it's a lot easier to see the strike zone from this angle from over here than where you're sitting.
It's a lot easier to see it over the shoulder, yeah. That's very helpful to have that camera there.
That one, once again, catches the upper part of the zone, Brayden, with a breaking ball. So Bear down 0-2, and does have a runner over at second base. We are just getting started here at Riverside Field. Sorry,
I should mention as well, because I kind of talked over it in the moment. On that error on the throw to first base, Lashovsky did advance to second, so runner in scoring position with 2 outs.
That one a ball for Cooley, makes it 2-1, trying to get out of this first inning. Once again, has not given up a hit. An error on a throw from Kamshoff. He's getting the start at third base over to Goki at first. So the 2 third basemen for Yankton working the corners today for post 12. Cooley to Bear. It's the 1-2 count. Runner on second, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. That'll do it for the top of the first. West Fargo, the Aces, they strand 1. When we come back, it's going to be the Yankton Bats here in just a minute. Inning breaks are brought to you by Avera. I'm Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYNTV. We're back in 60 seconds.
Does your insurance agent know you by name? Do you see them at the school pickup or around town? Home and auto insurance is more than just premiums and deductibles. It's about having someone who truly understands you and your family. We take the time to get to know your life, your needs, and what matters most, so you have the right coverage when it counts. Call me, Skylar Sherman with Missouri River Associates in Yankton today for insurance you can trust from someone who's truly local.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home but not sure where to start? I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way. With 20 years of experience and a passion for finding the perfect match, I'll work hard for you, answer all your questions along the way, and make it stress-free. Call me at 605-664-5555, and let's get moving.
It's Kellen Klinisky on the mound here for West Fargo as we're heading into the bottom of the first here in the final game of day one of the Lewis and Clark Classic. I'm Josh Boelter, joined by Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYNTV. Yankton gets out of the top of the first unscathed, despite an error that led to a runner getting to second base. Chase Cooley handles business with a strikeout on Max Baer to end that first. And once again, we welcome you in here, see what's going on with the Yankton bats. Brayden, can we get a look at that Yankton lineup real quick here and see how things are going to shake out for post 12?
So your three-batter minimum to lead things off will be Gavin Johnson, Sam Goki, and Easton Feeser, 1, 2, 3. The lineup goes deeper. Liam Villanueva will bat cleanup. Beck Reichen will bat 5th. Jackson Kudera will bat 6th. Tate Bestie 7th. Simon Kamshoff 8th, with Brennan Gilmore rounding out the order batting 9th.
So once again, Gavin Johnson, who was batting cleanup in the high school season, leading things off here, something that clearly Yankton wanted to switch up and like that look coming into the Legion season as he takes a big whiff at the first pitch here in the bottom of the first.
You know, sometimes when you see a guy for the first time, especially someone that you don't see regularly with West Fargo's Klinisky, it might take a pitch or two, but Johnson was trying to send one to a gap right away.
That one low and inside for a ball, gets past the catcher. Handling the catching duties today for the Aces is Isaiah Lies. Catching for Klinisky today.
And if I remember the text from Dave Spencer correctly, he is the other guy, yes. He is one of those two players that also play on the West Fargo hockey team.
I was going to say, between playing hockey together and doing the pitching and catching here for the Aces, you got to think these two are very familiar with each other out there and know how they want to call a game, as that one's driven foul down the left field line, even the count at 2 apiece. Again, Gavin Johnson did have a really good day against Brandon Valley. I about said Brookings. Similar colors, at least in the high school.
Starts with the same letter. You know, it's close.
3-2 now, full count on Johnson, but had a couple of hits in that game one there, a pair of doubles, and got off to a good start in that series, and looking to continue that here in the Lewis and Clark Classic as he takes strike 3, looking, catches the outside part of the plate there, Brayden, and I think Johnson might have thought that was a ball there as he kind of tossed that bat aside and was getting ready to take the walk down to first.
Yeah, he definitely thought that one was outside of the zone, but ends up in a punch-out to get things going here for Klinisky. And there was a moment in that first at-bat, I don't know who it was down in the Yankton dugout, but I just hear, great day for baseball here today. And as a joke, I almost lost it on the air. I apologize, but...
you see, Sonny. No, that one in for a strike. Those who welcome Sam Goki to the plate. Obviously off to a great start. High school season was incredible. Had a double and a triple earlier today in game 1. Led to an RBI on that triple. And looking to drive something here. He'll foul that off down the first base line. So Goki down 1-2 in the count as that ricochets off the first base dugout there and makes a loud sound here at Riverside Field.
There's a metal roof on those dugouts, and that one hit with some force over there. This will be the 10th pitch of the game for Klinisky. He's got one out here in the first inning.
Now Goki. That one way outside. That's going to even the count at 2 apiece. Just one down here in the top of in the bottom of the first. A good crowd at Riverside Field here tonight. Of course, a beautiful day for baseball. Tomorrow going to be a little warmer. That one in the dirt as well. Full count. So back-to-back full counts for Klinisky to start this game here in this one.
Yeah, it shows a lot from the Yankton batters. Obviously, you want to get a good look at a guy I mentioned earlier on you haven't seen before is Goki chokes up a little bit on the bat.
And he's going to take that one low, so he'll take the trip 90 feet down to first base. Yankton has its first base runner of this game with Sam Goki taking the walk and getting over to first base. So with that, that'll come the team leader in home runs, doubles, and triples in the high school season, as well as RBIs. It's slugging first baseman Easton Feasers. He takes a pitch inside for a ball.
So the only category is that he led the team in that you didn't mention there. He also led in hit by pitch. He was hit 5 times. Does play a little close to the bag, so that's one of those things to think about.
Here's the 1-0, make it 2-0 on Feasers. That one goes outside. Once again, we've talked about it a few times here, but this game obviously pretty important with the only undefeated team still left in the Lewis and Clark Classic, in the Yankton pool, of course. And so that one's in for a strike looking on Feaser, but, looking to get the inside track to get into Championship Sunday if whichever one of these teams can pull away with a victory here in this game.
You really put yourself in the driver's seat. In theory, you only really need to win one more game tomorrow to have at least a shot at the tiebreaker, because every other team would have lost at least one game. So that's big for Saturday, but obviously you win all 4 games. At this point, you would guarantee yourself a spot. Yeah, if you do win all 4 games, no matter what, you'd guarantee yourself a spot in the championship.
Feaser working with a hitter's count. It's 3-1. Niski fires and misses high and inside, so he walks back-to-back batters here to start his day, and that'll once again runners on first and second for Liam Villanueva, who's the designated hitter today in the cleanup spot.
Not a massive sample size in the high school season, Josh, but in 24 plate appearances, Villanueva hit .381 with an .887 OPS.
And saw more action as the season went on as he takes a breaking ball on the low outside corner there for a strike.
I'll tell you, Josh, running the scoreboard over here, I have more of an appreciation for you.
It can be hard sometimes. Sometimes you lose track of where it's going. And
the amount of times, we're only on the 4th batter of the game for Yankton, but the amount of times this half inning alone that the scoreboard hasn't been updated until at least the 3rd pitch of the at-bat. I do apologize. I'm trying.
Where I have trouble is base runners, specifically when Carter Boomsma's up there, and all of a sudden you forget to switch it because he's at a base for about a total of 20 seconds tops. But as Liam Villanueva, once again, down 0-2 here in the count. He's going to take a pitch outside and make it 1-2. He's going to be playing football for Mount Marty in the fall. Potentially the next punter for the Lancers.
Special teams is going to be his bread and butter. I know, obviously, an all-state punter for Yankton High School, but also was the team's long-range field goal kicker, so that might be something if he ends up pulling double duty a little bit at Mount Marty. We've seen guys in the past do that for the Lancers.
As he fouls one off, and they're also saying could maybe be an emergency linebacker if needed. I'm kidding, but he's built like one up there at the plate. He's got a 1-2 count. Runners on first and second. It's Goki over at second. Easton Feaser, who's in right field here in this game, as that's going to be a strike 3 swing. But Goki, with that pitch being in the dirt, Brayden's able to take off and get over to third base. So now runners on the corners with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first with Beck Reichen at the plate.
Kliniski at 22 pitches now in the first inning, and through 4 batters, he's been forced to work a little bit by this Yankton lineup. And here's a guy in call me Chris Collinsworth. Here's a guy in Beck Reichen that knows how to work a count. Led the team in walks in the high school season. Had 26 total.
And you saw that batting average start to climb. You got my stat sheet over there, Brayden. I know he started kind of towards the 170 range. Got it close, I believe, decently over 200 by the end of the high school season.
Just a few ticks under 240 for him, and on base of 451, which would have put him 3rd highest on the team. So, very good player.
Yeah, really started to heat up as that season went on. He's going to take a strike looking here, Brayden. That outside corner, something to note against righties. A little more lenient to that side, but once again consistent over there. Been called a strike here so far through this first frame.
Something you might have to extend yourself from that right-handed batter's box and go out and get those breaking balls running away.
So Reichen, 0-2 count as he's going to swing and miss, but the ball does get past. Goki's frozen at third. The throw down to Reichen, not in time. Well, that's happening. Sam Goki sneaks home and adds a run for Yankton. So the first run of this game comes off a wild pitch on a strike 3 with 2 outs, Brayden.
Exactly as Yankton drew it up.
Exactly. And you know what? In a lot of ways, yes, that's something obviously, they plan for here throughout the season. That's not something you just do on the fly. And so Yankton plates a run there, and now they got 2 on, runners on first and second for Jackson Kudera, who takes the ball to start here in this plate appearance.
This is the 6th Yankton batter to come to the plate here this half inning. Kliniski up to 26 pitches through his first 2 outs.
That one grounded over to third, and that's going to do it for the end of the first. Yankton strands 2, but they bring home a run on a wild strikeout that Sam Goki's able to get home on. So as we head to the top of the second, Yankton leads 1-0. We're going to take a quick inning break, which is brought to you by Avera. I'm Josh Boelter for Brayden Butler. Yankton leads 1-0 heading to the second. KYNT, KYNTV. We're back in 60 seconds.
If it's time to review the look of the signage of your business, let Mayer Signs help. They offer all types of signs, including exterior and interior signage, fleet wraps, digital signs, and much more. They also do logo creation and vehicle wraps. Their technicians arrive on site, fully equipped to get the installation done with quality workmanship. With the latest tools and technology, Mayer Signs provides high-quality installation service for any sign. Contact Mayer Signs today on 4th and Broadway in Yankton.
Right now, Moody Motors in Ibera has 6 Expeditions on hand, ranging from brand new to a 2012 priced at only $13,900. Other SUVs on hand include a 2014 GMC Denali, a 2014 Buick Enclave, and a 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee L with the 3rd seat. The right vehicle at the right price is what you'll find right here at Moody Motors in Ibera.
You're in the mood for Moody.
FM 102.1 and AM 1450. KYNT, Yankton.
Jake Baum at the plate here for the Aces of West Fargo in the top of the second as he takes strike 1 from Chase Cooley. Yankton leads 1-0 here in the top of the second. Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYNTV as this one's grounded over to Kampshoff at third. The throw in time to record out number 1 here at the top of the second.
Kampshoff making up a little bit for that error in the first inning as well. Clean throw on that one right into the glove of Sam Goki at first. And that's what we come to expect from the young man. I know he just finished his sophomore year of high school for Kampshoff, but he's a very effective player, just bouncing back from that mistake in the first.
With that, Isaiah Lies will come up to the plate, and usually a steady player over there at third base. A rare mistake there. That one catches the top part of the zone for a strike. Chase Cooley.
I know we've talked about these 2 guys specifically most of the years, the youth movement, but your 2 most trusted infielders on the left side of the infield, Sam Goki and Beck Reich, when they leave their spots, you're trusting 2 guys who were just sophomores a few weeks ago. Kampshoff usually playing third base, and the guy at second base right now, Jackson Kudera, usually mans the shortstop position when Beck's not out there.
One of the strengths of this Yankton team is good defense. We did see a rare series of errors in Game 1 earlier today, but that's something Coach Lawrence talked about in the postgame that he wants to be able to clean up here in this one. And 1 error so far, but nothing since. As now it's 3-1 here on Lies. So Cooley down in the count here.
And Cooley hasn't. I should probably put my mic back in front of my mouth after taking a drink of water. Cooley hasn't faced many batters today, but it's the first time he really finds himself behind in the count.
This one out to right field. Easton Fieser trying to get under it and does to record the second out here of the second inning. So Fieser, once again, we talked about it, has played a few games in right field, typically at first, but wanted to get this specific infield alignment in and also keep Fieser's bat in there. Well, getting Liam Villanueva's bat in there as well. So what do? You put Fieser out in right field. And that's what they've done here, and he's able to get under that one. And with that, we'll welcome Levi Loseth to the plate. That one is outside. Looks like it just missed the top corner of the zone there. to the right-handed shortstop of the Aces. Second pitch is a strike, and you can see there on KYN TV, Gavin Johnson playing that one really inside there on Loseth. This one out for a ball, make it 2-1.
I think Cooley missed a spot on that one. Johnson was set up inside part of the plate again, had to reach back across. That one missed outside the zone. And I know Coach Lawrence talked about it after the doubleheader against Brandon Valley when he was named Class A coach there. He gave a lot of credit to his assistant coach, Trey Creer, for calling every pitch of the game. And I can see now, sitting over in your usual spot, I'm seeing the signals down there. So it is every single pitch he's giving a signal to Gavin Johnson. Yeah, I'm working inside, but Cooley still, even though lined up inside, throwing a little bit more out here as he's down 3-1 in the count and make it 4-1. Loseth's going to take the trip down to first base here. Put a runner on with 2 outs in the second inning. Very similar circumstances to the first inning. 2 outs, put a runner on, even though it was an error last inning. This time, a walk for Cooley. He's trying to get out of this inning unscathed. Medbury coming to the plate here, the first lefty we've seen today for West Fargo.
Yeah, and now the opposite. You're still seeing Johnson now. He's lined up all the way over in the right-handed batter's box. Is kind of a half swing there from Medbury. He's getting the start out in right field today, once again for the Aces.
That was the 25th pitch of the game for Chase Cooley. Quarter-century mark here in the second inning.
Yeah, pitch count in relatively good shape, but a lot of baseball to be played still as that one's fouled off. Count is 0-2. It's 1-0 Yankton here in the top of the second with 2 outs, but a runner on first base. The 8-hitter, James Medbury, at the plate. Once again, we will have all of the Yankton games here in the Lewis and Clark Classic on KYNT and KYN TV. Is that throw-over attempt on Loseth not in time over at first base?
Cooley right now, right around the average that you want. I know we talk about it a lot. 15 pitches per inning puts you right at 105, getting through 7 innings if you keep that pace. And he's just under that right now with an 0-2 count.
Strike 3 looking, and Cooley gets out of the second inning. West Fargo strands 1, and the score remains 1-0 Yankton. We're going to take an inning break, which is brought to you by Avera. For Brayden Butler, I'm Josh Boelter, KYNT, KYN TV. We'll be back with the Yankton Bats in 60 seconds.
It's sandal season at Boston Shoes to Boots, and we are fully loaded on new inventory and classic favorites. From popular brands like Birkenstock, Chaco, Keen, Atrex, Dansko, Sorel, and so much more. Find the perfect fit and step into something new this season. Boston Shoes to Boots, open 6 days a week, located in the heart of downtown on Cedar Street. See you soon, shoe lovers.
Summer starts here in Yankton. It's the place where weekends turn into lake days, campfires, tournaments, live music, and unforgettable memories. Every summer, visitors help fuel our local economy, supporting restaurants, shops, hotels, events, and over 1,400 local jobs right here in Yankton County. There's something for everyone to explore. This summer, discover why Yankton is more than a destination. Find out all Yankton has to offer online at visityanktonsd.com.
Tate Best is going to get things started for Yankton here in the bottom of the second. Yankton leads 1-0 here over West Fargo in the final game of day 1 in the Yankton pool of the Lewis and Clark Classic. Once again, 4 regions, 20 teams, and a whole lot of fun, as Brayden Butler would say here on KYNT and KYNTV.
I'm never going to say anything's fun ever again.
No, we're never having fun.
This more fun.
This is fun. We're having fun.
Well, remember what Kent Pavelka said in the 96 Fiesta Bowl. What do they call the Gators offense? The fun and gun? Well, the fun is done.
The fun is done. Tate Bestie once again up at the plate. He did not have a plate appearance in game 1 and fouls that one off down the third base line. Did see 3 innings of work in game 1. Ended up closing it out for the Bucks. Kalinsky did throw 27 pitches. That one's hit over the head of the shortstop. Tate Bestie is going to reach safe here. He's got a single to start the second inning.
It's a nice piece of hitting for Tate Bestie. Another guy who early in the spring season was struggling to get the bat going, ended up ending the spring year at a just under 200 batting average. So it's something he really wanted to change heading into the summer season in Legion ball, and good piece of hitting there to get him going here in the 4th game of the Legion season.
And now we'll see what Yankton can do with it as Simon Kamshoff's at the plate. Wonder if maybe a bunt situation is in the cards. Here it is as he's trying to lay one down. High fastball is a ball. 1-0 once again. So Yankton trying to sneak Bestie over to second base. I believe had 5 stolen bases, by the way, as well in the high school season. Yeah, right on that. Am I?
Nailed it. Tied for second most on the team.
Don't know why. Out of all things I remember, that's it. Throw over as Bestie's caught, but the throw is wild, so he's going to advance and run in for third now, and he's going to be safe. So a throwing mistake on a pickoff attempt is going to put Tate Bestie over at third base here, Brayden, with no outs in the second.
And, both these teams are highly talented programs. They were both in the Central Plains Regional last year. We talked in the pregame. That's how these 2 coaching staffs kind of met and got connected and eventually got the ball rolling on West Fargo to be here for the Lewis and Clark Classic. So every run matters when you're playing a team that's as good as both Yankton and West Fargo are.
Now that changes things. The entire West Fargo infield creeping in here, trying to get a ground ball, stop Bestie from getting home. And now if you're Kamshoff, you can just slap something over. Probably have an RBI here as the count's 2-0 on him. Make it 3-0. So Kliniski in danger of putting runners on the corners to start this second inning. Yankton does lead 1-0, and obviously looking to expand on that here, as that one is outside for a ball. So Kamshoff going to take the trip 90 feet down to first base, and once again runners on the corners here for the Bucks for Brennan Gilmore, who's getting the start out in left field here in game 2. Started at second base in game 1 and has a chance here to do some damage. So we're going to get a mound visit here. We'll see how long this lasts. I don't think this is going to be...
Doesn't look like they're going to take the ball from Kliniski, but mound visit or this break in the action courtesy of Kaiser Heating and Cooling. Be the wiser. Go with Kaiser. That's Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. If we can keep it here for a moment, Josh, I got a couple more sportscaster partners that we got to thank, including America's Best Realty. If you're ready to stop renting and start owning, whether you're looking to upgrade or buy your first home, America's Best Realty is here to help you unlock the American dream. Call them today at 260-1600. And also thank you to Elwood Family Dental Care, where they take care of the entire family and are always welcoming new patients. And lastly, we just talked about them for the break in the action, but thanks again to Kaiser Heating and Cooling. They're at 808 West 23rd Street in Yankton. Be wiser. Go with Kaiser.
Yeah, shout out there to our Sportscaster Club members. And, obviously they're at home rooting for a couple Yankton runs here as they've got runners on the corners. Once again, it's Tate Bestie over at third and Simon Kamshoff. I about said Lucas Kamshoff, but it's Simon Kamshoff over there at first after the walk. And
the amount of times I almost did that and did do that in the spring season, I do apologize. But
this one hit out into right, and it's going to be caught, but tagging up and scoring is Tate Bestie. So Yankton adding a run there to make it 2-0.
A nice piece of hitting there for Brennan Gilmore. I know he would have liked that one to drop and get on base and even move Simon Kamshoff potentially to third, but that's what you like to see when a runner's 90 feet away. You had a couple outs to play with, so sac fly RBI, turn the lineup over to the top end with Gavin Johnson with now a 2-run lead.
And that replay brought to you by Vision Care Associates. Here is Yankton plates home another run to make it 2-0 as we welcome the top of the Yankton lineup up with Gavin Johnson at the plate. So, one runner on. It's Simon Kamshoff over at first in the post 12. I about said the Bucks lead this one 2-0.
I feel like we can get away with it. Their game changer literally has them as Yankton post 12 Bucks.
Yes, I like that.
We're making changes.
I'm a fan.
No. We'll keep it traditional as much as we can, but I don't think they're going to take us off air for it.
So, ball in the dirt. Right in front of the catcher there. Elias gets in front of it. It is 2-0 Yankton here in the bottom of the second. Sac fly from Brennan Gilmore there. Puts on a run.
Going back to that sac fly for Brennan Gilmore, Josh, there was almost a collision in right center field between Medbury and Braunagel. So I don't know if they just didn't hear each other out there or neither of them called the other off, but it was Medbury who brought it in. As there's a swinging strike, too, for Johnson.
Yeah, big swing from Yankton's catcher and the leadoff man today. he does have a runner on. Once again, Simon Kamshoff over at first. He had a walk in this inning, and now the top of the Yankton lineup up here with one out and looking to do some more damage as they lead 2-0. Kliniski, the pitch, low for a ball. Put a full count here on Gavin Johnson.
That's some late break on that one for Kliniski where it just dipped below the zone. That's got to feel like the way he threw that and the way he reacted to it, that's got to be a pitch that he usually gets guys to swing at, but Johnson held up.
Yeah, Johnson holding up there, and we'll see what happens here with the payoff pitch. The 3-2, swing and a miss. Gavin Johnson taking the trip back to the dugout. A big strike out there for Kliniski here in the second. So, 1 on, 2 outs. Here comes Sam Goki to the plate for post 12. Once again, if you're just tuning in, Yankton does lead 2-0 here. Goki did come around to score after a walk his first time up, and he takes a pitch on that one. Kind of a crazy sequence where he scored on Brayden in that first inning, where there was a strike 3 on Beck Reichen, where Goki was able to get home on it after it got past Lies, the catcher.
You got to give credit to Reichen as well. He was able to
throw
beat it
out
to first base. If he's thrown out before Goki comes home, that run doesn't count, and that's what got Yankton started. I know they added another one in the bottom of this inning, but still, journey of 1,000 steps starts with 1,000 miles starts with a single step. So that was step 1.
And here's once again Goki. He's working a 2-0, now 2-1 count just on the edge of the zone there. Once again, you can kind of tell with this umpire's zone, he's going to give you a little more on that left side of the box. And has a pitcher. So Kliniski, the 2-1 to Sam Goki, that one outside. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting zone. It seems like a little more favorable towards pitchers on the left side of the box as well as up, but then lower is going to be more of the hitter's zone where that one's going to have to be a little more up to be a strike. So kind of an interesting spot here, and good idea of what the zone is so far for these hitters, and that can help as they're trying to figure that out here. Now 3-1 to Goki. He walks here to put 2 runners on for post 12 with 2 outs, and Easton Fieser coming to the plate.
And we talk about the zone. Every umpire has their zone slightly different. Nobody's perfect on their zone every single time, but as long as you're consistent with your spots, you can't really complain if you're a coach or a player, and that's what we've seen a lot today is the spots that might be close, they're always the same call.
Nah, it's one of those, like, we figured out this guy's zone pretty quickly in this one, is that one is a strike. Once again, favorable kind of on those outside corners. This one a little different with Fieser, the lefty, at the plate. Don't see a lot of lefties between these two lineups, but
I think it's just Fieser and Medbury for West Fargo, the only 2 lefties we've seen so far.
Either way, though, 2 on, 2 out for Easton Fieser's getting the start in right field today in this game, as this one catches the inside part of the zone for a strike. Fieser down a quick 0-2.
If Fieser's a patient batter, he will wait for his pitch and find something he can drive, but when Kliniski's been able to attack here early on, it's got him in that 0-2 hole.
Now trying to stay alive here with that 0-2 count is Easton Fieser. Once again, runners on first and second. Kamshoff on second. Goki on first base. But Kliniski a strike away from getting out of this inning. That's going to be low in the dirt inside for a ball, make it 1-2.
A little too much break on that curve there from Kliniski, and did not get Fieser to go fishing. It's tough to hold up sometimes on those breaking balls. When you're down 0-2 in a count, you got to protect.
Now Easton Fieser once and again. Hit probably scores Kamshoff. With it being 2 outs, going on contact. This one fouled off.
Fouled off of himself there, hit his left ankle.
And doing a bit of a battle here, as obviously got down 0-2, takes the ball, and then fouls that one off. And Fieser looking to stay in this at-bat for the long haul.
I always feel for guys when they take a pitch off the ankle or something. I've notoriously weak ankles. Rolled one time while sneezing, so it just always hurts.
This one driven out to center field. Will it get down? No, it is caught out there in center to retire the side. In on the catch was Tate Braunagel. With that, Yankton strands 2, but they do plate another run on the sac fly from Brennan Gilmore. And after 2, Yankton leads 2-0. I'm Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler here on KYNT. KYNTV, we're going to take an inning break brought to you by Avera. We'll be back in 60 seconds with Jay Schooley on the mound.
Car troubles never happen at a convenient time. Whether you find yourself with a flat tire, dead battery, breakdown, or in an accident, call Gary's Towing. They've been helping drivers in the Yankton area for over 50 years with light, medium, and heavy towing. Family owned and operated Gary's Towing is the name you can count on, day or night. Call Gary, Mike, or Mason at 605-665-4351. Gary's Towing, where experience means reliability.
Water isn't supposed to be in floors or in ceilings, but leaks and accidents happen.
If that happens, you should call FloorTech Cleaning and Restoration.
They clean it up and restore your home. From burst pipes to unexpected leaks, FloorTech Cleaning and Restoration responds fast. 24/7 proudly serving Yankton, Mitchell, Norfolk, Sioux Falls, and beyond. If your home or floor is wet, call FloorTech.
Welcome back here on KYNT, KYNTV. I'm Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, joining me here in the last game of day 1 of the Lewis and Clark Classic. It's Chase Cooley on the mound. He hasn't given up a hit yet through 2. His post-12 Bucks lead 2-0 here in the top of the third.
As the great Bob Uecker once said about that first pitch, Josh, just a bit outside.
Chase Clemenson at the plate, and he's going to foul or hit that one towards short, and Riken gets the throw over in time for the first out here of the third inning. So Cooley working well so far and trying to keep that going. He's got a 2-0 lead once again here as we welcome back the top of the Aces lineup with Tate Braunagel at the plate, the center fielder we just saw make a catch in the bottom of the second there to retire the side. This one, high for a ball.
I'm probably just misremembering, Josh, but I do not remember Braunagel being a lefty for his first at bat. But I'm probably just wrong. We go back and check the tapes, but
yeah, he actually hit right and then switched up just to mess with you. As that one's low, and I think it might have hit the batter. That's what the umpire's saying. Caught him in the foot there.
So one out base runner here for West Fargo as that one went across the shoe tops.
As we continue here, Mason Wickham at the plate, the designated hitter in the 2-hole today. He's got a runner on, and obviously the Aces trying to rally here as they're down 2-0, but still a lot of baseball to be played. Did we get an exact first pitch time? I know that hour 45, not that it's in any danger of that, but I'm just curious on that as that one is fouled off for a strike.
And I assume they still will adhere to that hour 45 just in the name of fairness, but technically they don't have to for this game since there's no game behind us. But considering we've seen one end on a time limit, I assume out of fairness to every team they still adhere to that. But I can also ask between innings.
And it does seem to appear, even if it goes past it, they're going to give whoever's trailing at that time their last chance. Too bad is that throw-over attempt on Braunagel not in time.
Because they were right on the cusp of that hour 45. It had maybe just ticked over to hour 45 at the end of the 5th inning when we saw West Fargo against Watertown. So they did give Watertown one more chance to go through the order and ended up ending the game there in the top of the 6th.
That one low for a ball from Cooley.
That was his 34th pitch of the game for Chase Cooley.
Once again, one out here in the top of the third. Pitch is high. A couple base runners so far for West Fargo, but nothing too threatening here for Cooley once again. Has not given up a hit yet. We're an out into the third. 2-1 outside for a ball. Make it 3-1 on the count.
You know, sometimes I realize I might have too much of a sports director brain now.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking about it. I have 3 baseball broadcasts left before I get married.
Look at that.
That is how I'm using a timeline.
I like that. And that is obviously coming up here in just a couple weeks.
Been thinking about getting a new best man for that.
It would cost me a lot less money if you did. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, shoot. I got to save $200 on a suit? That's fine.
Yeah. Rats. I get to still go to the wedding and not spend money? Whoa. As Wickham walks there, so 2 straight walks for Cooley. Now 2 runners on for West Fargo, and their 3-man, Oliver Lashowski, at the plate. Cooley looking over at first base. Once again, 2 runners on here. Yankton does lead by 2 with 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. First pitch to Lashowski is in for a strike. Make the count 0-1. Once again, kind of we've talked about it a few times, but winner of this one probably in the driver's seat or the inside track to make it to championship Sunday here in the Lewis and Clark Classic. That one in for a strike, looking on Lashowski.
Good battle back here for Cooley after a hit by pitch and a walk to the last 2 batters' face to get ahead 0-2 in the count here on Lashowski.
And you got to imagine a longer lease on some of these pitchers here today, Brayden, with 2 more games to be played tomorrow. Strike 3 swinging. Might have actually tipped that one, caught in the glove by Johnson on a high fastball. Get out number 2 of the top of the 3rd.
That just completes what I was talking about, the battle back there. Hit by pitch, walk, and then a 3-pitch punch out. That's what Chase Cooley is very good at. In the spring season, I believe he only trailed Sam Goki in strikeouts. He was credited with 27 total strikeouts. Check that. Beck Reichen passed him right at the end of the season, but Cooley's 27 strikeouts on 24 in a 2/3 innings pitched. Reichen's 33 on 39 and a third. So Cooley, I think strikeouts per inning had the best numbers for Yankton, as Goki was right around 1 and Cooley was a little over 1 per inning.
And he throws in the first pitch inside there to Max Baer. Another lefty in this lineup as he takes another pitch for a ball. And maybe we were misremembering it. Here's another lefty at the plate.
Maybe there's more lefties than I thought. Well, my bad.
Cooley here, once again, down 2-0, but looking to get out of a jam. Does have runners on first and second with 2 outs here. As Yankton leads 2-0. Make it ball 3. Cooley in danger of walking the bases loaded.
West Fargo's just got a bunch of guys that decided they're switch hitters but between innings to mess with us.
I think that's what it is. I'm with you on that.
Just realized the whole inning it said it's the bottom of the second. It's the top of the 3rd.
That's another thing I've done a couple times. So that one is inside for a strike. So Cooley stays alive here in this appearance against Max Baer.
And Baer was taken all away there and still painting the edge of the zone there for Cooley.
Now Cooley, 2 on, 2 outs, count 3-1. This one hit over to first and fielded and scooped up by Sam Goki to retire the side. So West Fargo strands 2. It's 2-0. Yankton leads here in the top of the 3rd, heading now to the bottom of the 3rd. We're going to take an inning break brought to you by Avera. I'm Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYN-TV. When we come back in 60 seconds, the Yankton Bats.
I'm Chris, the plant accountant here with Parker of Yankton. So let's do some math. 40 hours a week, 52 weeks a year, that's 2,080 hours. With our night shift pay differential of $2.35 an hour, that comes out to over $400 extra in your pocket every month. Nearly $5,000 extra dollars a year, just for working the same job on a different shift. Same work, same team, just more in your paycheck. Join us and let the math work in your favor. Learn more at parker.com/careers.
Parker, engineering your success.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC.
2-0. Yankton leads here in the bottom of the 3rd. I'm Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYN-TV as the Buck Bats, or Post 12 Bats, are trying to add to their lead here. As we're starting to get closer to the middle stages of this game, it'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters for post 12 with Liam Villanueva, Beck Reichen, and Jackson Kudra in the hole. Tate Bestie waiting in the wings.
Post 12 has pushed a run across in each of the first 2 innings, Josh. No crooked numbers yet, but the way this offense can just light things up at any given moment, wouldn't be surprised if they get it going as Villanueva drives this one to left center.
Will it get down? No, it will not. Out there making a nice catch is Tate Braunagel on that one. But Villanueva able to give that a ride, however, finds the glove there of the West Fargo center fielder.
Both teams got Tate in center field.
Yeah, look at that.
That just clicked for me.
Yeah, honestly, it didn't click for me. You had to literally...
had to say it out loud.
Yeah.
You want the best, you got the rest here on KYNT and KYNTV.
Beck Reichen at the plate here. I'd have to look on Game Changer. Does that technically in that first inning, he had that strikeout where the runner came across. Does that count as an RBI for him?
I'll let you know.
As he gives that one a nice little piece back up the middle for a base hit. Beck Reichen's going to reach, and he's rounding for second. Slides in time. So Yankton's shortstop turning on the Jets to get to second base, put a runner in scoring position, one out here for post 12.
Did not count as an RBI in the first inning, but now 1 for 2 for him with that double right there.
So now Yankton in business with their second baseman, Jackson Kudra, coming up here. We'll see what he can do. Once again, Beck Reichen on second base. Scooter takes an outside pitch for a strike. So 1 on, 1 out for Jackson Kudra. Yankton leading 2-0 here in the bottom of the third. Once again, the 2 lone undefeated teams in the Yankton pool of this Lewis and Clark Classic in action as we speak, as Kudra takes another pitch for a strike on a breaking ball there from Kliniski.
And if we get another stretch of action where there's a break long enough, I'll let you know the records for each team across the Lewis and Clark Classic so far as soon as my side laptop wants to reconnect to the internet.
Kudra now, 1 on, takes a high pitch for a ball, make it 1-2 on the count. Once again, Beck Reichen sitting over there at second base. Here's the 1-2. This one hit out towards center field once again. Braunagel getting under it once again in that left center field gap. However, tagging up and heading to third is Beck Reichen on that one. So Reichen advances, but second out now on the board here in the bottom of the third.
Don't know if that came over the mics at all, but the Ice Brigade was up here, getting some ice out of the freezer behind us.
I saw Caden Hunoff. I did not look back to see the second number.
Christian Weir.
Oh, it's Christian, yes.
Shout out to both of them. And hey,
both had RBIs in game 1 today, by the way.
Key players in that win.
Yeah, the last 2 runners scored for Yankton in that game, both off of plays from Caden and Christian in that game. Guy who has a hit in this one, the lone hit of this game so far, despite it being 2-0, is Tate Bestie, and he's at the plate with a runner on third and 2 outs. Brayden, and talk about the inside track here. I think that'd be the case with Tate Bestie. If he can get another hit here, an inside track to offensive player of the game, as he takes a big swing at that one to make it 1-1 in the count.
Looking through all the other pools, Josh, so far today there's only one team that finished day 1 2-0, and that was in the Vermilion pool. Sioux Falls West outscoring their opponents 19-2 on the opening day of the Lewis and Clark Classic.
So bats are clicking for Sioux Falls West, and Yankton looking to say the same. Once again, winner of this one will be able to say that. Yes, 1-2 is the count as Bestie to take a pitch. He hits this one out. Braunagel trying to record his third out of the inning, and does. A busy inning for West Fargo's center fielder as he retires all 3 outs in this inning, and Yankton strands 1, but they still lead 2-0 here heading into the top of the 4th. Inning breaks are brought to you by Avera. I'm Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYNTV. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Introducing the all-new Glow Vitality Bar at Glow Aesthetics Med Spa. Quick, effective in-office injections and IV therapies designed to support energy, immunity, recovery, and overall wellness in minutes. From NAD+ and glutathione for cellular support and glow, to B complex boosts, hydration drips, and fast-acting nausea or pain relief. We make feeling better simple and convenient. Need a quick energy reset, recovering from travel or a long week? It's time to glow. Glow Vitality Bar at Glow Aesthetics Med Spa.
There's a moment in every real estate deal that matters more than the contract. It usually happens at a kitchen table. Maybe it's a young couple realizing they can actually afford their first home. Maybe it's a family deciding it is time to build something new. At the Move Group, that's the moment we work for. Not the commission, not the closing. The moment a person looks up and says, "We can do this." That's the Move Group. So move with Mason and the Move Group.
Move with Mason.
Top of the fourth here on KYNT, KYN TV. Yankton Post 12 leads 2-0 over West Fargo. The Aces making the trip down for the Lewis and Clark Classic, as that one is a ball to start here. Chase Cooley, hitless through 3, has given up a couple walks, but overall limiting the damage.
So this is Boehm at the plate, the left fielder, starting off this half inning. He's batting 5th in the lineup, so about midway through their second trip through the rotation.
And quiet bats so far for the Aces, but we saw in that Watertown game, they can get it going real fast as it's 3-0 on Boehm.
Chase Cooley's got 3 punch-outs. You mentioned the 2 walks. That was his 48th pitch of the night.
Pitch count in good shape as that one in for a strike, make it 3-1. Again, Cooley working with a 2-0 lead here. Sack fly from Brennan Gilmore, played a run in the second. Of course, in the first, pitch that went wild on a strike through on Beck Reichen that Sam Goki was able to take home. Is that one? Call a late strike, make it 3-2. Looked good, but a late decision there led to Boehm tossing his bat, thinking that was ball 4.
You know what they always say, Josh? Umpires love that.
Yes, they do. And I think it was the right call, just like I said, kind of delayed on that and decided at the last second. Is now a full count here as that one's fouled off. We'll do the payoff again. I was going to mention there was a payoff situation that actually paid off earlier in this game with Gavin Johnson.
First one ever.
Yeah.
In the history of baseball.
They do it just to spite us, I think. Here's the 3-2 to Boehm. Outside breaking ball. Cooley tried to get him to chase. Now Boehm's going to take the trip down to first base. So a runner on for the Aces here in the top of the fourth as they trail 2-0. Trying to rally. Once again, these are the lone 2-0 teams, or 1-0 teams in the Lewis Clark Classic. Brayden, while we're at it, as we welcome Isaiah Lies to the plate, I know we walked through the Vermilion pool. What do we got going on at the rest of the pools here in the LC here?
Well, looking at the Crofton pool, as this one's popped up in the infield. Hold on for a second.
Looks like it's going to be Cooley who gets underneath it. Doesn't leave the mound to record an out there. Coming up now will be Levi Loseth, who walked in his first plate appearance. But anyway, sorry.
We have 3 finals reported in the Crofton pool. Madison currently leads that. They're the only undefeated team at 1-0. They are currently, or should be currently, or just wrapping up their game against Sioux Falls East. In the Hardington pool, 2 teams at 1-0 so far today. Hardington won the opening game of the day. Parkston defeated Renner. They're both 1-0. Parkston should be just now or shortly wrapping up their game against Seward as well. So we'll get to the final results of that one momentarily.
This one hit out towards center field, and Yankton's Tate underneath it. He's going to try to get the out at first, and does. A double play from center field. Tate Bestie. My goodness, let's get a look at that one again. We're going to go ahead and hit a replay of that one here on KYNT, KYN TV, brought to you by Vision Care Associates. So we're getting ready to go to the inning break. But this one caught by Bestie and thrown on time. As I think I stopped the replay a little too early to get in there. But a heck of a play from Yankton's Tate Bestie. And that's going to do it for the top of the fourth. Yankton, after the top of the fourth, leads 2-0. I'm Josh Boelter. Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYNT. Inning breaks brought to you by Avera. Since I've been yapping a little long here, Brayden, we're going to take a 30-second break and come back here with the Yankton Bats in the bottom of the fourth.
loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT and RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. Visit mtrcsmithinsurance.com.
Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYN-TV. It's 2-0. Yankton leads here. Yankton gets out of that fourth inning. An incredible double play from their center fielder, Tate Bestie. Catches a pop fly out in short, gets the throw out of runner. Stepping off a little too far on first base and gets a double play on the throw. And now heading into the bottom of the fourth here with Simon Kampshoff up. He did walk in his first plate appearance here and looking to get back on base here for post 12.
Play like that from Bestie, Josh, puts you early on in the contention for a defensive player of the game when you can double them up there from center field.
The Tates in center field are putting on a show today, like we talked about. Tate Braunagel, center fielder for West Fargo. He recorded all 3 outs last inning. Now Simon Kampshoff takes a strike to start the fourth, and once again, Yankton working with a 2-0 lead and looking to go to 2-0 on the day. As this one's hit out towards left, will it get down? Fair it is. That's going to be a double for Simon Kampshoff. Gets past the left fielder. We'll see if he wants 3. Decides against it. He's going to hold up. It's a double for Simon Kampshoff to start the fourth. A nice piece of hitting for Yankton's third baseman.
It's a case of where that ball was. If that's down the right field line in the corner, we're probably looking at Simon Kampshoff standing on third base right now. But a great way to get this half inning rolling from your 8-hitter in the lineup as well to lead off double, as Brendan Gilmore has a chance to roll the lineup to the top of the order with a lot of momentum.
Yeah, and you wonder if the bunt is in play here, Brayden, once again, for Brendan Gilmore. He did have a sac fly his first time up, as he is looking to bunt. Takes a first pitch strike, wasn't able to get underneath that one. Or the bat was a little ahead of it, I should say. And Klinsky gets a strike 1, and he's trying to get out of a jam here as the Aces trail 2-0. Yankton, once again, if you're looking for times tomorrow, same as today, at least on schedule. They'll play the first game at 9:30. First game of the day against Blair out of Nebraska, and then they'll play that nightcap against Watertown tomorrow. But got to take care of business here first, as that pitch is high. Gilmore still looking bunt here to advance Simon Kampshoff, who just had the double. Only the second hit of the day for the Bucks, but they've taken advantage of a couple things and lead this one 2-0 here. No outs in the bottom of the fourth. Klinsky, the pitcher for West Fargo. Brendan Gilmore looking to bunt once again. Gets this one down. Klinsky, the pitcher. The throw is off the bag. They're going to say Gilmore safe on that one. So runners at the corners as Kampshoff advances. Yankton in business here with the top of the lineup on the way.
That was a close play there, Josh. Bear did get pulled off the bag, but for a moment, it looked like a bang-bang play.
Yeah.
Might have been able to get that right foot back to the base, but just not in time.
And that's what I was trying to figure out there. Did he get that foot back in time? But as it stands, they're going to say Gilmore's safe. He's had a really nice day with that sac fly and a bunt. Now runners on the corner for their leadoff man, Gavin Johnson. No outs here, and that one outside for a ball. And obviously, Brayden, they're looking strikeout or pop fly here for Klinsky. But I think they'll also take a double play. If that happens, you'll sacrifice a run to get those 2 outs. Even if it is starting to get in the later stages of this game and you're down 3-0, they'll take that compared to more damage from Yankton's catcher. As he takes a breaking ball for a strike.
68 pitches today by our count for Klinsky, so he's getting up there in his pitch count, but still has 30-plus pitches to work with before he is at the absolute limit.
So 1-1 count on Gavin Johnson. This one swing and a miss. A big take from Johnson on that one. Once again, runners on the corners. Nobody out for Yankton. They're trying to expand their lead from 2 to obviously a whole lot more than that they're hoping for. But right now I think they'd take 3 with Simon Kampshoff over at third base and no outs. Klinsky, the 0-2 to Johnson. This one low. Actually, correction, 2-2. Now to Johnson.
Yeah, scoreboard out in left center field has one less ball than should be out there. It's now a 2-2 count for Gavin at the plate.
Here's the 2-2 to Johnson, low and outside on a breaking ball again. So a full count to Gavin Johnson. Nobody out, runners on the corners. Yankton leads by 2 here in the bottom of the 4th. Payoff. Low for a ball. And they're going to say that should be ball 4. Am
I wrong?
No, I don't think you are, because there was a breaking ball. I believe that's ball 4. They're saying full count here, but that...
Well, we're going to
we're gonna do it either way. Full
there was
count.
a conversation in the Yankton dugout for a moment. I think it's Ryan Turner who's in charge of the game changer down there for the moment. He was talking to one of the assistant coaches, Peyton Mueller. And at the end of the day, it's going to be a punch out on Gavin Johnson.
Yeah, and I swear there was a ball outside to start that. And maybe we're misremembering up here, but I thought that was ball 4.
Couldn't remember that West Fargo had 3 lefties. So, I mean, like, at the end of the day, I'm not exactly the most trustworthy source of information, I guess. But, no, it is what it is.
So a big punch out for Kliniski here to get that first out. Now just a double play away from getting out of this jam, but he's got a tall task. As that one hit out into left. It's going to get down for a single. 1 run will score. It's Simon Kampshoff with the base hit on that one to make it 3-0. Goki with the hit. And then, of course, with that RBI was Sam Goki. We'll take a look at that one on your Vision Care Associates replay. It's Goki at the plate. We'll fast forward this one just a little bit here. As Goki drives that one out for a base hit and the RBI single there. So as we resume live play here on KYNT, KYN-TV, it's Easton Fazer at the plate, 2 on, 1 out, 3-0, Yankton leads. 1 run here in the 4th. Now Fazer takes the ball low, 2 on, 1 out. Yankton can really start to put some separation here, Brayden, with another run or 2. If they're able to put it on here with their one of their best hitters at the plate, Easton Fazer. The 2-0 is in for a strike on Yankton's right fielder today. Once again, Kliniski still in this one and down 3-0 and trying to limit that damage at just 3. Once again, it's Gilmore on second. Goki, who just had the RBI single, over at first. Here's the 2-1. A big swing from Easton Fazer. Misses on the breaking ball there to make it 2 apiece.
I think that had more break than Easton was expecting there. Kliniski, even at now the 77 pitch mark, still has some good movement on that breaking ball.
So now here comes the 2-2 to Fazer. Runners on first and second, 3-0. Yankton leads in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch. Gives that one a ride, foul down the first base line.
It's a souvenir in the home team bullpen down there.
So, once again, 1 out, 2-2 to Fazer. Post 12 leads by 3 here in the final game of day 1. Lewis and Clark Classic is that one low for a ball to Fazer.
Mentioning foul balls, Josh, something I was informed of before the game. We talked about how last couple of years Yankton's been giving away 50 cents a dollar every now and then on foul balls. We were wondering why it wasn't happening this year. It's a city safety ordinance. So the thought process is like the having money be paid, it can encourage kids to run after foul balls in the street, and it's a dangerous situation. So I had to put the kibosh on that.
Strike 3 on Easton Fazer, make it 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. So Kliniski trying to limit the damage here, only giving up a run here in the 3rd as the Aces trail 3-0 against Yankton. And now it's Liam Villanueva at the plate, Brayden, who gave a ball a nice ride out to left center his last time up. Found a glove, though, out in center field as he wasn't able to get that one down, but a nice piece of hitting last time up. And if he can find something here, probably scores at least 1.
It's the 81st pitch of the game for Kliniski when in there for a strike.
This one hit over too short. It's passed. 1 run will score. It's Brennan Gilmore coming home. We got an RBI single for Liam Villanueva here in the 4th. We'll take a look at that one here on your Vision Care Associates replay. Once again, the RBI single from Liam Villanueva makes it 4-0. Yankton leads here.
That's just a nice piece of hitting from your designated hitter. Slaps it right past the shortstop. And we mentioned how active he got late in the spring season and carrying that over well here in the summer year for Legion ball.
That pitch in for a ball on Beck Reichen. Once again, 4-0. Yankton leads here 2 on, 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th.
Mentioned Kliniski was at 81 pitches a few moments ago. Did that for Kobe. Now he's at 83 for Bam.
There we go, yes. 2 legends of the game, right?
Kobe Bryant and Bam Adebayo. They're right next to each other in history.
Basically the same play.
Oh, man. Good for Bam. Good for Bam. It was a fun game to watch.
Yeah, he has been my favorite player in NBA history. I'll say that. And, good for him. He'll always have that. That's all I'll say about that. 2-0 to Reichen is a strike. 2 on, 2 outs for Yankton. And 2 runs this inning, giving themselves a couple assurance runs. We're getting closer to the late stages of this game, and Chase Cooley kind of slinging it on the mound so far here. Yankton will take that 4-0 lead at any time. This one hit over to short. Throw over to second in time to retire the side. So 1 left stranded, but Yankton plates 2 here in the 4th to make it 4-0 over West Fargo. When we come back, the top of the 5th. Inning breaks are brought to you by Avera. I'm Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT. KYN-TV will be back in 60 seconds.
At Vision Care Associates, we're always improving our technology for the health of your eyes. With OptoMap dilation-free exams, you get a comprehensive view of your retina without the need for dilation eye drops. It's quick, easy, and best of all, it keeps your day interruption-free. OptoMap captures a detailed image of your eye, helping to detect any problems. No blurriness, no discomfort, just clear, precise results. Book your OptoMap exam now.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Spring is here and the games are just getting started. From baseball season in full swing to NHL and even golf, At the Bar has it all on. Add in local matchups and more, and there's always a game worth watching. With TVs everywhere and a welcoming hometown feel, it's the perfect place to kick back and enjoy the game. So bring your friends, settle in, and be part of the crowd, where every cheer feels a little louder and every moment a little better together. You can watch the game anywhere, but the real fans gather at the Bar in downtown Yankton.
Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYN-TV. Yankton with a 4-0 lead over the West Fargo Aces in the final game of Day 2 of the Lewis and Clark Classic, as they're trying to be the lone 2-0 team here in the Yankton pod. Once again, both these teams 1-0. Yankton did win earlier today against the 79ers. And then with that, West Fargo with a 7-3 victory over Watertown as well here today. So both these teams looking good so far, but it's Yankton with the upper hand here, as Chase Cooley's been dealing. Down 2-0 in the count, though, to James Medberry.
Game 2 for both these teams today, Josh, and Game 2 tonight in the NBA Finals. Who you got after this pitch?
That one out for a ball, make it 3-0. I'll take the Spurs to even it up tonight because I'm rooting for a good series. I said Spurs in 6 going into the series. I'm going to stick with it until proven otherwise. But, yeah, an impressive Game 1 for the Knicks is they did what they do and rallied. That's a 4-pitch walk to Medberry to start this 5th inning.
As a lifelong Bulls fan, I just hope both teams have fun.
Isn't that what we all want?
I realize people at home might not get that joke. I just started rooting for the Bulls like this year. But I love saying I'm a lifelong Bulls fan. My basketball fandom it doesn't run as deep as baseball and football. It's kind of bounced around since John Wall retired.
See, I'm kind of just a playoff guy. That one's in the dirt. Johnson, the throw down. That was close over there at second. Runner is called safe, though. Medbury is going to be called safe at second base, Brayden. I thought that one was close. Once again, it's Chase Clemenson at the plate, but yeah, close play there.
Say it often. I say it in every sport, and I'll say it again. You cannot pay me enough to be an official or an umpire because you got to make a tough decision like that, and my tough decision-making skills are okay at best.
Well, and it looked like the tag was good on the left side. The problem is we can't see the right hand from up here, right? So it's kind of tough to tell, and that one is called safe. So a runner in scoring position here with no outs in the top of the fifth, and West Fargo trying to rally. We have seen it from them. They were down 3-2 in that fifth inning, the very fifth inning that we're playing right now against Watertown, and were able to put 5 runs across there in that inning and end up taking the victory in that game. Watertown team that, as Yankton knows, is tough to beat. This one grounded over to second, the throw and the out. Kudrow over to Goki to record out 1, but the runner does advance to third, Brayden, so just 90 feet away from West Fargo plate in their first run of this game.
And Cooley's been really efficient on the mound, but that leadoff walk is now looking pretty detrimental to Yankton. But Cooley at 61 pitches now by my count through his first now 4 1/3 innings.
But Cooley moving well. This one in for a strike. It's the top of the West Fargo lineup with Tate Braunagel at the plate.
I keep accidentally hitting ball when I'm trying to add 1 to the pitch count, so I have to keep resetting.
That one in the dirt for a ball, 1-1 apiece. You know, and you were talking about the Knicks earlier, Brayden. I just saw something before the game. Came across my Twitter feed. I'm still calling it Twitter because I'm old. Apparently Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are getting married at MSG. Do with that as you will. There's your Taylor Swift fact of the day.
You see, when I read on Twitter they were getting married in Manhattan, I assumed it was at, like, Kansas State.
Hey, we have a great history of Taylor's having a lot of fun at Kansas State University. Shout out Taylor Martinez.
They'll never make me forget you, Goat. We love Taylor Martinez.
One of the fastest players I've ever seen. That player is why I've realized turf toe is like one of the most serious injuries you can have, just based on that. Messed up his time in Nebraska. That one's in for a strike on Braunagel.
They got to give turf toe a better name, dude. Because like turf toe's like, oh, it sounds like I stubbed my toe or something. Yeah. It is a terrible injury.
Well, you saw with Joe Burrow in the NFL last year. He was out, I think, 2 or 3 months of the season.
It's basically a torn ligament in your toe, is what it is.
That one grounded back over to short. Reich in the throw in time. Runner scores though for West Fargo, make it 4-1. So Braunagel grounds out, but the first run across for the Aces here in the top of the fifth. But that's one I think Brayden with it there. I think Cooley will take that. You know, you don't give up the hit. You get another out there. And once again, starting to come, getting in the late stages of this, still up 4-1. Here's that one is in for a strike. Up at the plate, by the way, is Mason Wickham, the designated hitter.
The way that Cooley's been throwing so far, and you expect him to be able to keep this moving into the 6th and maybe even the 7th.
That one hit out towards right. Feeser trying to get underneath it. He's going to find it right near the foul line to retire the side in the 5th. Yankton gives up a run, but they still lead 4-1. I'm Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYNT-V. When we come back, the Yankton Bats inning breaks brought to you by Avera. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Text scams continue to rise, and victims who have lost money to these scams continues to increase. Consumers cannot rely on a text message to be truthful. If you receive a message regarding a fine for missing jury duty, your utilities being shut off for non-payment, toll road fines, or you've won a sweepstakes, these are scams designed with an urgency and the need to send money now. Do not respond to these texts, and you should contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986. That's 800-300-1986 for the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division.
A local business owner came into the UPS store with a large shipment of products for his online store. While they packed everything securely, he asked if they could also handle the international shipping. The answer? Of course they can! For over 9 years, the UPS store in Yankton has been helping business owners with both their printing and shipping needs. Whether you're sending a package across town or across the globe, they've got you covered. So stop by the UPS store in Yankton and ask about them about their shipping services or current print specials.
KYNT, Yankton, FM 1021 and AM 1450, Yankton's home team.
Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYN-TV. Yankton leads here in the bottom of the fifth, 4-1 over West Fargo in this last game, the nightcap of day one of the Lewis and Clark Baseball Classic here in Yankton. The Yankton pool, one of four pools, 20 teams overall, and we'll see the Yankton bats starting with Jackson Kudera. But, Brayden, we do have a pitching change for the Aces. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, Klinsky's day is done on the mound. It looks like it's just a straight swap of him going to third base. Coming from third base will be Oliver Lashovsky, and he'll be on the mound. Final stats for Klinsky: 4 innings pitched, 5 hits, 4 runs. Josh, none of them listed as earned, had 6 strikeouts to 4 walks. Some mistakes in the field, 3 total errors against West Fargo. Have really turned this game on its side.
And Yankton looking to add to their lead. West Fargo did get one back there in the top of the fifth. Now we'll see if they can continue. It's actually, I believe, once again here, that fifth inning, that was a great inning of work for Watertown last time, or for West Fargo in the last game against Watertown. And can it be the spark for them here against Yankton? However, they got to get to these Yankton bats who have had a good day, 4 hits, 4 runs. And now looking to add some insurance here with their 3-run lead in the bottom of the fifth. It's once again, it's Jackson Kudera as he takes the ball inside here to start the fifth.
See if we got any final scores from around the Lewis and Clark Classic. I'll have that for you momentarily here on KYNT.
Kudera fouls that one off down the left field line, and that one actually going to, like you said, go past the road there over by the softball fields. Here's now the counts 1 apiece. After Kudera will be Tate Bestie, who's on deck. He's got a hit today as that one's popped up over by the pitcher. It's Lashovsky who's going to make the play to record the first out here of the bottom of the fifth.
And looking at it, only there's no updates yet for the 4th games of the day for Vermilion, Crofton, or Hardington in the Lewis and Clark Classic spreadsheet that I have been graciously allowed to view. Can't edit it, but I can view it.
You can view it, and that's key there. As Tate Bestie's at the plate, he takes a strike. Yankton center fielder had an incredible double play out in the field, caught a ball out in center and got a runner out at first. Early in this one, has a hit as well. He fouls one off there. Once again, this is just day one of the tournament. Yankton will be back in action against Blair, Nebraska tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. And then they'll have Watertown in the nightcap at 6:30. Of course, that one is a ball. It's kind of a rough estimate. We know we started a few minutes behind, but still pretty close. They like to keep things on schedule here with this tournament, or with this classic, I should say. And so around 6:30 tomorrow night for the Watertown game.
I'll say we've been about 15 minutes behind schedule all day after the first Yankton game, Josh, and it's about how far we first pitch of this game. I think it was about 3:42, 3:43 we had our first pitch.
Now Tate Bestie fouls one off once again. Here might have actually caught a bit of himself, taking some time. Here with the 1-2, 1 out in the bottom of the fifth. Post 12 leads by 3. That one is going to pluck Bestie. He'll take the trip down to first base. So a man on for Yankton here. As Simon Kamshoff up to the plate, he had a nice double his last time up.
Something I saw earlier today on social media, Josh, I know we were talking about the Knicks and the Spurs in the finals earlier on. If Jalen Brunson leads the Knicks to a NBA championship, is he already bigger in the city of New York than Eli Manning was?
No, because here's the thing. I do believe, at least in American sports, I think the Super Bowl carries the most weight. I do believe that. And he won 2 of those. Two all-time iconic Super Bowls, too. Better player, probably. I will say that, though.
Imagine if, hypothetically, you were in an NBA draft and you took both Luka Doncic and Jalen Brunson in the same draft.
Surely you'd be, thriving right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out the Dallas Mavericks as Simon Kamshoff's down 0-2, takes a ball, make it 1-2 with 1 out. But no, it'll be curious to see what happens. Obviously, New York, I think, looking for their first championship since the Yankees in 2009. No, it'd be the Giants in 2011. That's what it would be officially with that. But, yeah, it's been a while.
For the Knicks, it'd be their first championship in 60 years.
I think
almost?
it was 72 or something like that. Yeah,
So was that 56 years?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
54 years.
Runner goes, Bestie. The throw not in time. Looks actually the ball was dropped there, so Bestie will be safe at second. So a runner in scoring position for Simon Kamshoff here, and if he can do what he did his last time up, Bestie will be coming home. But now working here, count at 2-2 for the Yankton third baseman.
As it stands from the other pools, Josh, we'll have our first 2-0 team of the Yankton pool, obviously, after this game. The only other 2-0 team as of right now is Sioux Falls West. That could change if we get the final score from West Central against J.C. Brager over in Vermilion, as West Central won their first game over Del Rapids 6-5 in a fun affair.
This one popped up. Looks like it's going to be behind the plate and out of play. So Kamshoff stays alive and once again looking to get some kind of hit here with Bestie over at second base. Bestie was hit by a pitch and stole a bag here against Lashovsky, who just came in this inning for West Fargo.
The fourth game of the day in each pool is done by now, but I don't have a score update for any of those 4 games. Even in the Yankton pool, it hasn't been updated yet, but obviously we were here to watch that one, so we saw how that ended. I'll make a trip on Game Changer at the next break, see if I can find some final scores from the other games for you guys.
Yeah, we'll keep you updated on those if we have them. And once again, obviously all the winners of each bracket coming here on Sunday. So we'll see how that plays out. Here's this one's fouled on. It actually hit over to the pitcher. Lashovsky's going to get that one in time. Record the second out. Advancing to third on that was Tate Bestie. So a runner 90 feet away, but 2 outs here as Brendan Gilmore is going to come to the plate for post 12.
That one came off the bat a little awkwardly there from Kamshoff. I'll say about a half cut on that one back to the pitcher. A good heads-up play from Lashovsky on the mound.
And now a big spot here for Brendan Gilmore. He's been up to the task today, does have a sac fly and reached on a bunt. He's going to take a pitch inside for a ball. He's once again got a runner 90 feet away from home. His post 12 leads 4-1 here in the 5th. This one hit foul down the third base line.
You got Gilmore listed as 0 for 0 on the day, so I'm going back and trying to find how they ruled.
I thought it was a bunt. Maybe I'm misremembering. It might have been a walk, maybe, actually. I think about that, but that one's in for a strike. Make it 1-2 on Yankton's left fielder today.
Yeah, the sacrifice fly in the second inning. And then they ruled it an error on the sacrifice bunt from Brendan Gilmore. That's why he's not credited with the hit. But would have been a sacrifice.
Throw off the bag
would have been a sacrifice play anyway. So that's why he's not ruled with the out either. So 0 for 0.
That pitch high, make it 2-2, 2 outs with a runner on third here as Yankton leads 4-1 in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the 2-2. This one fouled off. Gilmore making this a lengthy at bat. Again, Yankton looking to put themselves in the driver's seat here in the Yankton pool off the Lewis and Clark Classic.
Fresh crop of baseballs brought in by Boston Frick here to the home plate umpire.
Yeah, Boston Frick, who played a really good game in center field in Game 1, had a couple nice catches, tracking some balls out there in center. This one's hit past the third baseman for a single. A run will score. Brendan Gilmore with a nice piece of hitting there to make the score 5-1. How about that? On an RBI right there on that one.
Must have heard they didn't give him a hit on his last at-bat, so he went and got one there. It's a nice RBI single, just smacking it out into left field.
We'll take a look at the replay here on your Vision Care Associates replay as you see Gilmore drive that one past for a run. Meanwhile, back in live action with that, Gavin Johnson, the leadoff man, going to take a pitch to start. Yankton leads 5-1 here. Gilmore throw over on him, not in time. So Yankton gets that run back that they gave up in the top of the first to get their lead back to 4. It's 5-1. And once again, Gavin Johnson, the leadoff man, up at the plate for post 12. Here's the pitch in the dirt outside for a ball. So 2-0 on the count here for Gavin Johnson. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Runner goes, Gilmore. Safe over at second base.
He slid hard in the bag there, Josh. Almost overslid it. Was able to keep his right foot planted on the bag. Came in with a lot of momentum there.
Yeah, and Brayden, right now, possibly the inside track and offensive player of the game here today. You look at it, has an RBI single, has that sac fly as well, and then a stolen bases. Johnson's going to ground this one over to short. The throw. Johnson beats it, and heading home on the play is Gilmore. He's safe. Yankton adds another run, catches that West Fargo defense by surprise there. Once again, we'll check that one out here on your Vision Care Associates replay. But what a play there for Yankton. Johnson grounds this one. You're going to see this here. Gilmore right over at third base, and he's going to make the trip around as that throw's not in time and just beats it at home to add a run.
Scary moment here for Gavin Johnson, Josh. I don't know if he stepped wrong on the bag, but they're taking him out of the game. He's limping off the field out by first base. They're very ginger. I can't tell which leg he's kind of favoring. I think it's his right leg as he kind of rubs his upper thigh as he's stepping back into the dugout. So hopefully he's okay. That is a key piece for post 12 behind the plate, and he's got a courtesy runner for him right now. We'll see if they switch him out next time they're out in the field.
And something to note, obviously, you don't want to hear any bad injury news there, but Caden Hunoff did catch a pretty good game in Game 1, so I think you'd probably see him come in here. As runner goes, that's actually Carter Boomsma running there, so we should have started the clock.
Didn't even hit the gimmick. Come on, Carter.
No. I didn't catch the number out there. We should have known.
I was locked more in on watching Gavin Johnson, but
yeah.
I mean, that's the guy you bring in as the courtesy runner right now with who was on the bench.
And just like that one in the dirt as well, and Boomsma start the clock again. He's over at third base, just like that. And now a runner just 90 feet away to scoring. We haven't got a chance to even mention that Sam Goki's at the plate here. Really good player, obviously. One of the best players in the state, and named the best player in the state in Class A overall, and pitcher of the year as well in the high school season. As he swings and misses, makes it 2-2. He's trying to tack on another run. So Yankton with a couple runs here, 2 runs in each of the last 2 innings. Bats have really woken up here as they have 7 hits total in a 6-1 ball game.
That steal earlier on from Carter Boomsma was his 5th of the day, Josh.
He's got wheels as that one's fouled off from Sam Goki.
Mistimed the end of your thought on that one. My apologies.
What's that?
Mistimed the end of your thought. I got you off on the end there. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I don't even know. I don't even remember what I was saying, so you're good. It must not have been anything too important, I'll tell you that. Goki gives that one a ride out to left, and it's going to be caught to retire the side. But Yankton plates 2 more runs as they now lead 6-1 going into the top of the 6th over West Fargo. Inning breaks are brought to you by Avera, and we'll be back in 60 seconds. I'm Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYN-TV.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
When pain or injury slows you down, waiting isn't an option. That's why Yankton Medical Clinic Orthopedic Walk-In Care is available Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, right here in Yankton. No appointment is needed. Just walk in and you will be seen. It's faster access to the expert care that you deserve from doctors who live and invest in this community. We're not just your doctors, we're your neighbors. I'm Dr. Brent Adams, orthopedic surgeon with the Yankton Medical Clinic. I'm proud to call Yankton home. We're your orthopedic team and we're here for you.
Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYN-TV. Top of the 6th here in the final game of the Day 1 of the Lewis and Clark Classic. Yankton leads 6-1 here over West Fargo. And Brayden, An injury update here is it appears Gavin Johnson's day is done.
Yeah, Gavin Johnson, we saw him come up gingerly on his right leg after beating out a throw down the first base line, Josh. And Caden Hunoff is behind the plate now. He's a very good catcher in his own right, but the attention is squarely on the health of Gavin Johnson. He's been a stalwart behind the plate for the better part of 3 years now at the varsity for high school and senior legion level.
Yeah, and Caden Hunoff, who caught a really nice game in Game 1 and had a nice RBI to make the game 4-3 against the 79ers earlier today. And he's going to handle the catching duties the rest of the way, obviously, as we're hoping for a positive update on Gavin Johnson, and maybe hopefully that was just a precautionary thing, but we'll see as the night goes on. At the plate is Oliver Lashovsky. So that's 1-1. We should mention with that, Chase Cooley, Brayden, he's pitched a quality game, just 1 run through 5+ here. He's been working well. I don't want to swing and a miss. And, we've talked about it a couple times. We're starting to get to the late stages of the game where you kind of have to acknowledge it, giving up that run, but no hits so far.
None. That is a very efficient
Who knows
game.
what that would be? Could be anything.
Could be anything.
That one, a strike 3 swinging on Lashovsky in the dirt, but breaking ball effective for Chase Cooley as his good day continues on the mound.
His Ks per 9 were top of the team in the high school season, just ahead of your high school player and pitcher of the year in Sam Goki, and that's his 4th punch-out of the game today. So 4 punch-outs through 5 1/3 innings of work.
Here comes Max Baer to the plate, the tall lefty, batting cleanup for West Fargo. Is that one high for a ball? Once again, and you can see it on KYN TV, went to the wide cam for a second at beautiful Riverside Field here in Yankton. Here's the 1-0 Bear. That one outside for a ball, make it 2-0.
It's very picturesque, especially late at night, Josh, here at Riverside.
Here comes the 2-0 from Cooley. Outside for a ball, make it 3-0.
That was his 75th pitch of the game, so he's now slightly over that 15 pitches per inning mark that you want guys to be around to pitch a complete game. He is still well under that. I forgot it's the 6th inning, not the 5th. So he has 14 more pitches now to work with before he'd be at 15 pitches per inning.
Yeah, and obviously working well and keeping things rolling here today. This 3-1 is in for a strike. So Cooley battling back here, was down 3-0 on Bear, and back-to-back strikes has it at a full count. Once again, as we talked about, no hits given up so far for Chase Cooley through 5 1/3. His offense helping him out too as Yankton leads 6-1 here. Here's the pitch. Low for a ball. That'll be a walk to Max Baer here. So 1 on with 1 out for the Aces here in the top of the 6th.
And we're going to get a mound visit here, too, Josh. This break of the action courtesy of Kaiser Heating and Cooling. Be the wiser, go with Kaiser. That's Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. Chase Cooley's pitched a great game today, but the glaring thing right now is those 5 walks as he just picked up his 5th one there. Doesn't look like they're going to take the ball from him, just get some calming presence. No, they will take the ball from him. Never mind. So we're going to get a pitching change here momentarily.
An incredible performance for Chase Cooley today. We'll get his final numbers when we come back. We're going to take a break here on KYNT, KYN TV, talk about the pitching change as well and what's going on here. Yankton leads 6-1 here in the top of the 6th. I'm Josh Boelter for Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYN TV, back in 90 seconds.
Upgrading your home? That's a big moment. A happy, feel-good, we're getting a home office moment. When it's time to renovate or relocate for your growing family, our local FNBO mortgage lenders provide the personalized experience and expert guidance to make the home financing process go smoothly. We handle the details, so you can focus on making the house your home. Your mortgage moment will be memorable, and FNBO is here to get you there. Visit our nearest branch or go to fnbo.com. Equal Housing Lender.
Are you on track to retire? I'm Adam Boelter, a certified financial planner with Vantage Financial, born and raised in Yankton, South Dakota. My team and I pride ourselves on building trust through clear, honest advice tailored to your unique goals. From retirement planning to smart tax strategies, we'll create a personalized plan to help you feel confident and secure about your financial future. Visit vfplanning.com or search Adam Boelter, Vantage Financial, to schedule a 15-minute call today.
Vantage Financial Partners is a registered investment advisor. SEC registration does not constitute an endorsement of Vantage by the SEC, nor does it indicate that Vantage has attained a particular level of skill or ability.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
We're back here in the top of the fifth. Yankton leads, top of the sixth. Yankton leads 6-1 with one out here. Runner on. We got a pitching change. Brayden, when we get a chance, we'll talk about Tate Bestie here as he's pitching for the second time today. Chase Cooley's day is done. When we get a chance, we'll go over Chase's numbers here from game one. And if you get a chance, Tate's numbers Chase's numbers from this game, and then Tate's numbers from game one earlier today.
I got Tate's numbers up right now. He threw 3 innings in relief, was credited with the win in game one, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 strikeouts to 1 walk. The number 2 was his friend, and he's going to have to pitch 2 innings here if he wants to close this thing out in the 6th and 7th.
Yeah, need him to record 5 outs. Is this throw over? Not in time at first base. Once again, Bears over there, the tall lefty for West Fargo. At the plate, by the way, is Jake Baum. He's down 1-2 in the count to Bestie. This pitch outside for a ball, evens the count at 2 apiece.
Got Chase Cooley's final numbers for you. 5 1/3 innings pitched, no hits, 1 run. It was earned, 4 strikeouts to 5 walks for Cooley. And a very impressive start. I know the walks were the glaring negative of the day, but even then there wasn't much bad to talk about.
This one fouled off from Bestie, who pitched a really good 2 innings in game one and then kind of got roughed up a little bit there in that last inning, but still Yankton overcame and won that one, and now trusts in Bestie again here to close things out against West Fargo and get those last 5 outs. As that one fouled off, a long at-bat here from Baum for West Fargo.
Well, they got to know that Bestie worked earlier in the day, even though I don't believe West Fargo was in the building at 9:30 a.m., but at least checking Game Changer, doing some scouting in their first game, especially if they watched on KYN TV on the way over.
Yeah, and we should mention, if we have any West Fargo friends out there watching, is that pitch is in for a strike. The throwdown not in time as Bear's going to steal second. So Bestie does get the strikeout looking, but runner advances to second on that play, and haven't had a chance yet, and should have done it. But if there's any people from the fine city of Fargo watching, welcome. Thank you for joining us, and love having you in here. And
you guys have a great dome. Enjoy the FBS.
Yes.
North Dakota State.
I'll actually be at the Fargo Dome later in September. The Foo Fighters are going to be there September 12th. The Foo Fighters. I actually saw them live in Kansas City 5 years ago, and looking forward to seeing them again. That should be a fun show. But, yeah, so Fargo, I'm coming to you here in a few months. And once again, thank you for joining us tonight. If we have any Fargo folks out there watching today. So runner on second. This one hit high into the outfield, chasing after it in left, and catching it is Carter Boomsma, who came in, I believe, or in left, or actually that might still be Gilmore, as that is recorded for an out to retire the side here in the 6th. Yankton just 3 outs away from winning this one. They lead 6-1. We're going to take an inning break, brought to you by Avera. I'm Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYN-TV. We're back in 60 seconds.
In nearly every family's lineage, there's a tie to agriculture. It's a legacy reflected in how we raise our kids, help our neighbors, and respect what we have. Farmers Union Insurance was built on that legacy. And while our roots are in agriculture, our protection has grown to include home, auto, business, health, and life. Protect your legacy. Farmers Union Insurance.
If you've been suffering from chronic pain or a recent injury,
Check us out, Lane, Reed, and Cole Sawatsky at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab.
We offer a wide variety of treatments and techniques, including dry needling, cupping, chiropractic adjustments, and sports rehabilitation.
Our mission is to ensure an individualized and efficient treatment plan to get you back on your feet.
From ankle sprains and sports injuries to neck pain and headaches, we've got your back.
Give us a call or book an appointment on our website. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy.
Located on Summit Street across from the high school.
Bottom of the sixth here, Yankton leads 6-1, looking to wrap things up here with a really successful day number 1 in the Lewis and Clark Classic as they lead once again 6-1 over West Fargo. I'm Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYNT-TV, and Brayden, there's a pitching change on the mound. Who are the aces bringing in here in the sixth?
So a lot of movement. We'll start on the mound like you said. Coming in from right field is James Medbury. He's going to pitch this sixth inning, and I presume if West Fargo ties it up in the top of the seventh inning as well. From the pitcher's mound to third base goes back to third base for Oliver Lashovsky. From third base to shortstop goes Callan Kliniski, who started the game on the mound. And then from shortstop to right field goes Levi Loseth. So everybody else, I believe, stays the same, but a lot of moving parts there for West Fargo.
I think they did it just to make our jobs a little bit tougher. No, I'm just kidding. But
make me earn my paycheck, Tyrese.
Yes.
Well, fresh out of I want to say the pen, but fresh out of right field for Medbury, and he's got to face Easton Feeser. So tough task here right out of the gate for him, and going up against the 3-hitter for Yankton.
And, Yankton's sitting pretty comfortably right now, Brayden, but a final chance here to add some runs before that bottom of the seventh is we're immediately getting a mound visit here with Medbury. We'll see what this is about.
Well, they take a break thanks to a couple sportscaster partners, including One Office Solution, the one source for all of your office products, including copiers, furniture, and office supplies. They're on Broadway in Yankton. And also Graham Tire. They do more than sell tires at Graham Tire of Yankton. They're your auto service and tire store next door.
So Feeser at the plate here once again, a lefty-lefty matchup. He doesn't see that too often. But getting it right here from Medbury as a breaking ball's in there for strike one. And Yankton, once again, once we head to the top of the seventh, just 3 outs away from sweeping day 1 of this classic here, the Lewis and Clark Classic. And once again, they'll face Blair tomorrow at 9:30. We'll have that for you once again, all the Yankton action. And then Watertown at 6:30 tomorrow night. As this one's driven out to right field, that'll be a base hit for Easton Feeser here to start the sixth.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there for Feeser, a base runner. And something to keep an eye on, Josh. It's different run rules here in the Lewis and Clark Classic. It's 12 after 4 and then 8 after 5. So if Yankton does put 3 runs on the board in the bottom of the sixth inning, which would be their most runs in a single inning so far, that would end the game before West Fargo gets another chance to hit. So that is in the back of the mind of the Aces right now, trying to make sure they stay under that 8-run margin.
So Carter Boomsman was in the game now. He's going to hit here. And he had a really good game 1. Once again, 3 for 3 and ended up winning our offensive and defensive player of the game as that pitch is in the dirt, and Feeser will advance to second here. Actually, I think swept our awards in game 1.
Took both offense, defense, and was the hustler. And usually hustler goes the guy who has the most total bases or most steals in the game, which he did have the most steals in game 1. He's already got a steal here in game number 2.
Now he's looking to lay down a bunt and does. It's a good one, but it's going to go foul. Hung around there for a second. I thought it might stay fair, but it did not. We'll do it over again. Another strike here on Boom. So now obviously probably wiping away that bunt opportunity here with obviously if anything goes foul, he's out. So probably taking that away from this equation here in this at-bat. So, runner on second here for Carter Boomsma as he sends that one out to left field. Actually, that's going to die over by third base. It's caught over on that foul line there for the first out here of the sixth.
Right about where the turf transitions to natural grass is where that ball was brought in behind the third base bag. And I was right with you off the bat. I thought he was sending it out near the warning track with how everybody reacted at first, but got a little too far underneath of it for his liking there for the out.
That'll welcome Yankton shortstop Beck Reich into the plate. Once again, 1 out here in the bottom of the sixth with 1 on over at second. You can see Easton Feeser here on our outfield cam getting a nice jump there. He just had a base hit. His dad, Aaron, running the PA today here at Riverside Field for this nightcap. That one in for a strike on Riken, make it 0-2. A couple of Dakota State guys here, one over at second base and then one at the plate here for Yankton.
Yeah, both Riken and Fieser going to DSU like you just mentioned, and a couple other guys going to Mount Marty. We've talked about already. Liam Villanueva is going to play for the football team. Sam Goki signed out with Mount Marty as well. And
going to feel weird not seeing a Riken in the Lancer colors here, but continuing his impressive career as he grounds that one over to short. The throw is off the glove. That'll bring home Fieser, and Riken's going to advance to second, make it 7-1. So Yankton adds another run there on the error over at first base.
Just the mistakes tonight have really hurt West Fargo. That's their fourth error as a team. I know Yankton's been hitting the ball well. They have 8 hits in total, but the mistakes that the 4 errors have been the big difference.
So now that'll bring Jackson Kudera to the plate for post 12.
Represents the winning run here for Kudera as well.
As he pops that one into the outfield, will it get down? No, Braunagel makes the catch, and Riken thought about tagging, decides against it. So now 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th after a quick at-bat for Jackson Kudera.
Shift what I just said to Tate Bestie, now representing the winning run. If Yankton goes up 8 in this half inning, they'll call it after that. But right now with 2 outs, I think they're just focusing on making sure that they're clean in the top of the 7th and getting out of here with a couple wins on day 1.
Of course, they'll trust Bestie to do that, who got those 2 outs in the 6th. And he's had a really good day, had a base hit in this one in his first plate appearance, and then had that double play where he caught a ball, Brayden, in center field, throwing it, getting the runner out, who was caught maybe a little too far down that first baseline earlier in this game on a throw over there. So he's had a really good day and looking to add to that here, and then obviously looking to shut the doors on this one in the 7th. So Bessie now, he's down 0-1. That one is called a strike. He's down 0-2. Once again, Yankton leads 7-1. Here's Bestie, fouls that one off back towards us.
It's the 14th pitch of the night for Medbury.
And Medbury just trying to limit the damage here. Gave up another run. Yankton has scored in every inning so far but the 3rd. Here's the 0-2 as Bestie gives that one a ride. Will it drop? It will not. The catch there in center field to end the 6th. Yankton adds 1 to make it 7-1. When we come back, they're going to try to close this one out with Tate Bestie on the mound. Inning breaks are brought to you by Avera. Yankton leads 7-1 here over West Fargo. I'm Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler, KYNT, KYN-TV. We're back in 60 seconds.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Rhonda Westland, right here in Yankton, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Rhonda and her team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Rhonda Westland, it's easy to switch and save. Just give her a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
It's easy to fall into the weekend warrior routine. A long hike, a hard gym session, a pickup game, or a full day of yard work can feel productive until your body reminds you it hasn't been building up to that load. This is Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. Injuries often happen when the demand suddenly outpaces what your joints and muscles are prepared for. Want to stay active without the setbacks? Visit First Chiropractic Centers today with offices in Yankton, Hardington, Tyndall, and Wagner, inspiring and empowering others to healthier living.
All right, and we're back, and we have to correct some things, so there's something we forgot about. There's a time limit on some of these games in this tournament, and we crossed it there in that threshold, so the game is done, Brayden, as we go into our post-game, brought to you by the Move Group. But, so Yankton with the sweep here on day 1, going 2-0, the lone 2-0 team in the Yankton bracket. An impressive game 2, but a victory nonetheless for Yankton here as they move into day 2 of this tournament 2-0.
Yeah, and for those who may not have heard us when we were talking about the time limit earlier, it's an hour 45, and even though it's the last game of the day and there's no game after us, it still was to preserve fairness, I guess is the best way to describe it. Every team has to adhere to that time limit because we've seen a couple games already end via the time limit here in the Lewis and Clark Classic. So Yankton comes out on top with a pretty good win. They are the only team that's 2-0 in the Yankton pool heading into day 2, and they are in the driver's seat if they want to get to Championship Sunday. I know we've talked about that quite often throughout this broadcast.
Yeah, so an impressive day for them. Here's what's going to happen as we get ready to continue our post game here. I'm going to go get our outfield camera as we do here in the post game of our day 2. And Brayden, I'm going to let you kind of take things. Of course, we'll hear from Coach Drew Lawrence, look over some of the numbers and all those things as we get ready for day 2 of this tournament tomorrow. So I'm going to sign off myself here. Thank you for joining us, of course. Make sure to stay tuned for the post game. Been a lot of fun. Yankton looked good today, winning both games, and look to continue things tomorrow. But either way, we're going to kick it over. Brayden, you take charge here. And as I mute myself a little too early, head to the post game. And we will talk to everybody tomorrow as I go get our outfield cam.
Jumping the gun just slightly there is, we're jumping the gun on going to post game. I'm dropping my phone on the floor when I'm trying to read the stats for a post game. We're professionals, I promise. But as we head to your post-game report, courtesy of Mason Strom and the Move Group, as I bump into Josh on his way out, I just like getting in his way, I guess. But your post-game report from Mason Strom and the Move Group, we're going to start things off with your post-game stat recap from Mayor Signs. It's time to review the look of your business's signage with Mayor Signs Help. They offer all kinds of signs. They're located on 4th and Broadway in Yankton. Looking at your final stats on Game Changer, Yankton takes the 7-1 win over West Fargo. Yankton 9 hits as a team. Gavin Johnson goes 1 for 4 with an RBI. Sam Goki 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI. Easton Feeser 1 for 3 with a run scored. Liam Villanueva 1 for 3 with an RBI. Carter Boomsma, Beck Reichen goes 2 for 4 with an RBI. 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored for Tate Bestie. Simon Kampshoff goes 1 for 2 with a run scored. And Brennan Gilmore 1 for 1, 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs for him. Those are the final stats for the Yankton batters. On the mound, Chase Cooley got the start, goes 5 1/3 innings, doesn't give up a hit. 1 run, it was earned. 4 strikeouts to 5 walks. Tate Bestie pitches the rest of that 6th inning in relief, doesn't give up a hit either. So Yankton, a combined no-hitter through 6 innings today, does give up that 1 run for the 7-1 final score. Just stat recap, courtesy of Mayor Signs. They're on 4th and Broadway in Yankton. And now it's time to bring in your head coach of the Yankton Post 12 here on KYNT and KYN TV, head coach Drew Lawrence. And Coach Lawrence, a 7-1 win here. The time limit coming into effect in the end there, but a good matchup for you guys today and a combined no-hitter for your 2 pitchers on the mound.
Yeah, Chase did a really good job. He was probably one of the best we've seen from him. Was attacking the zone. Secondary pitch was working. Made really good pitches when he needed to. And, as a result, didn't give up any hits. But, he was just effective. So he was really good. I'm sure he didn't want to come out of the game, but we got to look towards next week and be smart, make sure that we're doing what's best for the team. But I'm sure he didn't want to come out, but he seemed okay with it. He understood that we need him to pitch on Tuesday. So, yeah, proud of him.
Looking at the guys at the plate, 9 hits as a team. You score 7 runs. You were aided by a couple errors from West Fargo, but you worked a lot of good counts and obviously got the bats going, and those were effective as well with some solid base running too.
Yeah, we had good approaches. Our guys did a good job. It's a lot of hits and only playing 5 innings or whatever we hit. We were able to get what we needed to. We bunted well. We ran the bases well. So pretty solid game from us, which is good. I would say game 1 today wasn't really a solid game for us, and this one was. So, and you were talking about Gilmore. Brennan had a really good game. He had a sac fly. He had a base hit for an RBI. Good defensively, too. So Brennan was one I wanted to point out that really came in today and played well.
He was going to be part of my next question. So that covers that there. His ended up in Game Changer going down as a 1-for-1 day, but got on base in some way, shape, or form every time he got to the plate today for him, which is very effective for a guy who's turning over the lineup to the top of the order. He was batting 9th today. But looking ahead to what's next tomorrow morning, you got Blair, and you guys enter day 2 of the Lewis and Clark Classic as the only undefeated team in the Yankton pool. That puts you in a good position to secure a spot for Championship Sunday.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Like I said, this is the toughest pool. I believe that. I don't think anyone would argue with that. If they are, they can just be wrong. But it's the toughest pool. So tomorrow it's going to be some 2 tough games, and we got Blair and Watertown, we're gonna come out and play our game, and hopefully we end up on top.
Does I have to ask, after a couple of years ago, does Blair have anybody waiting in the wings that throws 96 like Jay Sean Unger a few years back?
I don't think this year they do, but
thank goodness. But that was a lot of fun a few years ago, and that once again shows the talent level in this tournament. And you mentioned as well, you play Watertown tomorrow night, the final game of pool play for the Lewis and Clark Classic, and that's a rematch for you guys from the state semifinals for the high school year just a few weeks back.
Yeah, they're a good team. Watertown's really good, so that'll be a good game. It'll be fun. I think we'll both have our best pitchers going, so it'll be entertaining.
Should be a lot of fun tomorrow. Both games, we'll be here for both of them. 9 a.m. pregame tomorrow morning ahead of that game number 1, and we're going to shoot for 6 p.m. pregame for game number 2 as well. Things stayed pretty much on schedule today, about 10 to 15 minutes behind, but considering how long some games can go in baseball, that's really on schedule, basically.
Yeah, we were on schedule. That's good. It doesn't usually happen, so we'll take it.
See if it stays the same tomorrow.
Yeah.
But, Coach, I'd like to congratulate you going 2-0 today. Good luck tomorrow in your pair of games, and we'll speak to you after both games tomorrow as well.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
I was head coach Drew Lawrence of the Yankton Bucks here on KYNT and KYN-TV, your post-game coach interview, courtesy of Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance. We're going to go to break, come back in a couple minutes, and wrap things up here from Riverside Field as Yankton ends day 1 2-0 in the Lewis and Clark Classic.
When it comes to Medicare, you deserve local, personal help, not a call center. I'm Jen Great with Missouri River Associates, right here in your community. I'll sit down with you, answer your questions, and help you find the coverage that fits your life. Call 665-6885 to schedule your free consultation. Missouri River Associates, your hometown Medicare resource.
There's a moment in every real estate deal that matters more than the contract. It usually happens at a kitchen table. Maybe it's a young couple realizing they can actually afford their first home. Maybe it's a family deciding it is time to build something new. At the Move Group, that's the moment we work for. Not the commission, not the closing. The moment a person looks up and says, "We can do this." That's the Move Group. People before transactions. Visit themovegroup.com.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT and RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. Visit mtrcsmithinsurance.com.
Does anyone in your family have macular degeneration? At Vision Care Associates, we are dedicated to delivering the highest standard of eye care, utilizing the latest medical advancements to protect and improve your vision. That's why we offer ZX Pro, a new technology that measures the risk for macular degeneration. ZX Pro is a test used to assess macular health before signs of macular degeneration even begin. Be proactive and schedule an appointment.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
From sprains to fractures, getting the right care quickly makes all the difference. That's why we offer Yankton Medical Clinic orthopedic walk-in care, weekdays from 8 to 5. Walk in and be seen, no appointment needed. It's expert care, faster access, and a team that's part of your community. Because here, you're more than a patient, you're our neighbor. I'm Dr. Benjamin Lancaster, orthopedic surgeon with Yankton Medical Clinic. I'm proud to call Yankton home. We're your orthopedic team, and we're here for you.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV, your post-game report courtesy of Mason Schramm, the Move Group. You buying or selling? Move with Mason and the Move Group. Got to thank a couple sportscaster partners for helping with this broadcast and making it possible, including Sherco, proud supporter of Yankton Sports. We need to be sure, make it Sherco. Also, Stockman's Motorsports, your local Polaris dealer. They got a full lineup ready to get you in the fields, in the woods, or wherever you like to go. That's Stockman's Motorsports in Yankton. Also, thank you to the Fox Stop for all of your daily convenience and fuel needs. Make a stop at the Fox Stop. They serve breakfast and lunch daily, including personal-sized Godfather's pizzas. They're at 1316 West 30th Street in Yankton. And lastly, Rogers Family Pharmacy. There's a tradition of trust at Rogers Family Pharmacy, located at the corner of 4th and Cedar under the big blue sign. Your post-game players of the game now. Went over your final stats before talking to head coach Drew Lawrence. Post-game players of the game will start offensively, courtesy of Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. We're going to go with Brennan Gilmore, a guy who, deserved the love he got in the post game today. Ends up 1 for 1, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. He was able to reach base on an error after putting down a sacrifice. So he's being able to beat that out, and then just playing a really good approach at the plate. Something you want out of your 9-hitter, being able to turn the lineup over the way he was able to tonight. Defensive player of the game from Olson's Pest Technicians, your residential and commercial pest control solutions. Call 1-800-KIL-BUGS. Chase Cooley goes 5 1/3 innings pitched, no hits, 1 run. It was earned, has 4 strikeouts, did give up a couple walks, but a fantastic day for him on the mound. Tate Bestie comes in and closes things out for the final 2 outs, but Chase Cooley is going to be your defensive player of the game from Olson's Pest Technicians. Looking ahead to what's next, your schedule preview from Parker Hannafin of Yankton. Look ahead to a brighter future with a new career at Parker of Yankton. All benefits begin day 1. Learn more at parker.com. Parker, engineering your success. 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, right here on KYNT and streaming live on KYN TV. Josh and I will be here for that game against Blair out of Nebraska. And then tomorrow night, 6 p.m. pregame, it's Josh and Tel Tanner on the call tomorrow night, as I will be out of town for a prior commitment, but Watertown on the docket for Yankton tomorrow evening. Those are the final 2 games of the Lewis and Clark Classic. Yankton right now leading their pool. If they win both games tomorrow, they would secure a spot on Championship Sunday for sure. If they go 1-1 tomorrow, it would open up the door for some tiebreakers, but obviously we'll see how that all shakes out tomorrow here in Yankton. I want to say a big thank you again to Josh Boelter for being on the broadcast with me. He's out getting our center field camera right now. I actually see him making the turn down by the right field fence, so he'll be back up here momentarily. But that's going to wrap up our coverage today. Big thanks to Cash McDonald back at the KYNT studios, making sure everything runs properly. And, of course, thank you to our sponsors and you, the listener. Without you, this broadcast is not possible. Yankton goes 2-0 on day 1 of the Lewis and Clark Classic. 6-5 win over Scotland Menno Freeman Canastota in Game 1, and a 7-1 win over West Fargo. That's 6-5 Game 1, 7-1 Game 2. Puts them in a good position to potentially make it to Championship Sunday with a couple good games tomorrow. Until tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. sharp, KYNT and KYN TV. Stay safe, be good people, and have a great night, everybody. We'll talk at you later.